Yeah, when I came down for breakfast the next morning, she goes, "Oh, there's my stripper son," and that was the first words out of her mouth.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Section 10 podcast. Here are your hosts, Jared Carabas, Coley Mick, Steve Peralt, and Tyler Milliken.
Okay, boom. Section 10 podcast, episode 621, presented by Kalshi. It is the home of your 22-30 last place Boston Red Sox. Brewed by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Produced by Jose.
We suck.
Yeah, we do, Jose. We really do. Section10merch.com, patreon.com/Section10 podcast. To try and take some of the, I guess, sting out of how awful this season is, and I feel like we're going to do a lot of like, you know, Steve and I have talked about this when he turned his back on us to go do another rival podcast, and then when we had to carry the weight of the program for all the years while he was gone trying to sabotage us.
So many years.
We still had conversations about, man, doesn't it suck to have to do this when the team's bad? And, you know, I think some of the most interesting conversations can come out of that time period when we're in a situation that we're in, seeing the writing on the wall of what's going on with this team, this organization. And I don't know how you guys feel about it. I'll power through with the notebook for as long as you want. I don't think we're there yet. It's only May. But they're kind of teetering on, like, do you still talk about the games, or do you just talk about like the news and where things could be headed? It's too soon for that. I'm just saying it's too soon for that right now. But I do have a strong fear that time may be coming within the next month or so, where it's just like, yeah, they played games, but like, let's talk about what could potentially be happening, bigger picture kind of stuff. Yeah, boobs.
Talk about
What we got for
boobs.
boobs lately? What do we got?
You got seen any?
Let's go around the horn. Any good pairs at the park?
Needless to say, it is miserable to watch this. Cool.
I had this thought today watching the sweep finalize. Can you remember at any point, I'm not even talking Red Sox team, in any of our lives, a team that was good who just got thumped by the Twins all year? Like, that team does not exist. There's never been a good team that was like, man, if it weren't for those pesky Twins, we would have won 110 games. Not one.
1994 was the last time the Red Sox got swept by the Twins at Fenway Park.
And a three-gamer, yeah. It's crazy.
I mean, I remember, like, even probably like 04, I would have to go back and look at the head-to-head, but it just felt daunting. You didn't want to play the Twins because they had Johan Santana, but that was just one game.
Yeah.
They had some boppers in that lineup. They played good defense, and they were pesky. They were pesky then, but, I mean, I'm sure if we looked at, like, the head-to-heads that the Red Sox probably still beat their ass. I don't know. They were in the playoffs, like, every year back then. Like, they were a good team.
Yeah, they had the longest playoff drought of making the playoffs but not winning a game ever.
Yeah. Yeah, it was bad. It was
like,
real
the Yankees
bad, but
get to face them every year in the first round. They're like, thanks, we're on to the next round.
every year. The Twins were to the Yankees as the Angels were to the Red Sox. It was like, fuck yeah, like, we get a first-round bye. We have to play. we get to play the Angels. They did get the monkey off their back in 2009. They swept the Red Sox, and I feel like, have they seen each other in the playoffs since? Probably not. They've sucked ever since.
No.
Yeah. Anyways, all that to say, it's an okay boom pod. The Red Sox got swept by the Twins, but
Brutal.
Because it is such a miserable time watching the Boston Red Sox, we want to do something fun. We're not going to let this team ruin our summer. We're not going to let this team, I mean, they are going to ruin our summer, but we're not going to, like, let it be as bad as it could possibly be. And so for that reason, we are going to be having an event. Is it a week from today, Mikey?
That it is, my friend.
Oh, my God. It's a week from today. It's May 31st at Urban Wild in
Chucktown, baby.
Wow. Urban Wild. It's a Blue Moon event. You've heard us tease it a little bit when we talk about Blue Moon on the pod, because it is going to be a blue moon. What's a blue moon? It's when there's 2 full moons in the same month, right, T?
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, you going to be there?
Why wouldn't I be? Where else could I be?
Just asking.
I'll be
McMahon?
wherever you want, whatever time.
I anticipate it, yeah.
Steven?
I am way more happy for that than the team.
Yeah, no doubt. Mikey, can you tell the people at home, because this isn't just, and by the way, it's for all ages. So people are like, oh, you know, like it's a blue moon.
My kid doesn't drink. Not an issue. Come on down.
Not an issue. Not an issue at all. T?
I had someone ask if they could bring their dog. Is that allowed?
Mikey?
I'm not 100% sure, but they do have an outdoor area. I don't want to make any promises, though.
Yeah, no one wants like dog pee-pee and poo-poo out.
Go on Amazon, get one of those fake service dog vests. Problem solved.
Can you do that?
Oh, yeah, it's most of them. That's most of the service dogs you see are fake.
Oh, interesting.
I saw someone get handled at the airport last time I was there trying to do that, and it was very, very uncomfortable to watch.
Wow, it's like
They ripped the vest off the dog. They just took it off his back. It was pretty
You're
crazy.
impersonating an officer.
Yeah,
Dog was
I
cute as
never
shit.
even thought of that. Ace could never pass as a service dog. They'd be like, "This guy's a
No
fucking
chance.
asshole, man."
He bites.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
pooping and peeing everywhere,
the
not
only
following
thing
any rules.
he's servicing is himself.
Yeah.
He's over there going to town on a bone right now. Mikey, tell us more about what's going on at Urban Wild, because I've never been there. I'm excited for it. It looks really cool. I've seen the pictures. I looked at the Instagram, but it's not just like it's not going to be your average, bar, restaurant get together. There's a bunch of cool stuff to do there.
Boy, do we have a fun day in store for you folks. This thing is going to start at 12:30. You can get there earlier if you want. They open up at 10 a.m., but start time of 12:30. The guys will be on stage doing a Q&A. We're going to do some trivia. We're going to give away a free round of bowling if you're a bowler, but there'll be plenty of other lanes to go if you don't win the bowling. There's going to be ping pong, shuffleboard, giant Jenga, foosball, and we're going to be giving away free Blue Moons, folks. And then at 1:40, free, baby, free. And then at 1:40, first pitch against the Guardians, so we can watch the game, chat with everybody.
Don't worry about it.
We can chat, and then there'll also be a merch table if you want to get some Section 10 merch as well. It's going to be a great day. Urban Wild, 100 Hood Park Drive, Charlestown, Mass., basically Boston. There is parking if you're concerned about that. There's a garage on site. You can get it validated for up to 3 hours, and it is all ages.
All ages.
The parking garage?
That's right, Mick.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
It's exciting. I'm excited to just, take.
I consider parking garage as one of the best places to sleep if you're homeless.
I'm excited to get together with people because, we're all going through it. Like, if you're a diehard Red Sox fan, you're a 162 girl, you're a 162 guy, you're a 162 gay. Where are you going, T? Where's he just?
No one wanted to play with his bit, and he left.
It's crazy, man. We're all going through it together, So let's be miserable. If we're all going to be miserable, let's be miserable together, and let's put some smiles on people's faces. Let's have a Sunday. Let's have a Sunday, people. Also, shout out to Kalshi. You're trading against peers in a live market, meaning that there's no house, and as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position for a limited time. Download the Kalshi app. Use the promo code SECTION10 to get $10 when you trade 10. That's Kalshi, Kalshi, trade on anything, and I mean absolutely anything. It's been a weird weekend because it felt like the season, it wasn't turning a corner. But it was like, no, it wasn't, T.
No, I'm not saying it. Listen, the way it was you got back to 5 games under 500, which was your rock bottom last year. You're now back to your rock bottom this year. But that first inning on Friday, it did feel for a nice moment. The bats came out. They were doing something. It was like, all right, maybe we're going to get a nice couple weeks of baseball here. That's what it felt like. And then it just crashed and burned in front of us.
I mean, yeah, I agree that that first inning on Friday made you feel like, oh, they're scoring runs at Fenway. This is great. They never do that. It's a big inning. It wasn't just one run. It was, what, four?
Yeah, 4 in the first.
Yeah, that made you feel like a little something. I'm talking strictly going into Friday. Like before a pitch is thrown, I'm like, the Royals are not a good team. They suck at hitting just as much as you do. You're better at pitching. So, like, I mean, a sweep is great. Like, I'm not saying, like, I assume the sweep. But I assume the series win against Kansas City, and the sweep was nice. But my mindset was more, let's see what happens. And because the Twins, I mean, I don't know. We'll get to it, obviously. But fucking Byron Buxton, man. Like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, the Twins are not a good team.
Well, that's the sad part. He didn't even play today.
Yeah, the Twins are not a good team, and they've just been beating your ass all year. Just belt to ass.
They averaged 7 runs a game and 10 hits a game against the Red Sox in 6 games this year. That is insane.
Crazy, man.
The highlight against them was the Trevor Story 3-run homer series finale in Minnesota. It's like the one awesome moment you had against them in 6 games.
You almost had a great moment because of IKF. We'll get to that. No, not jumping ahead, but IKF.
You might as well jump ahead like that.
I was about to say he thought he had a
Fine
great
with
moment.
jumping. Can we just jump? Fuck this team. Let's jump ahead.
You want to jump
I
ahead?
do feel like there is decent reasons to go through the notebook because of how they lost.
No, we'll go through. I will say personally, this is the first show I've come into this season where I'm like really beat down. Like this was coming off the sweep, and the way this series went, and then us being at Fenway Friday, and I feel like we were buzzing Friday. I feel like everyone was doing their best stuff, and the game is going well. And the second we sit down, Slayton's like, nope, here comes an awful night. You're going to hate the rest of your evening because of me, and it's going to happen immediately. So it sucks to think that you could have actually swept this series. I know you would have needed a lot to go right on Saturday, but I don't know. It's
not a ton.
It's never been more of a pain in the ass to watch the Red Sox than it is right now. It's just constantly they're kind of losing in the same way consistently, but it still hurts every time.
Well, I think that's looking at like Friday and Sunday. Those felt like games based on the way we've talked about this team that they should have won. Where you're putting up the runs, whether it was Friday where you're able to put up 6 on the board, whether it was today where you ended up scoring 5. But the things that kind of cost you in this series, the bullpen not delivering on Friday and Sunday, the defense costing you in a big way the last 2 days. Saturday for the most part was pretty similar to what we've seen throughout the year, 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position. But even that game looks differently if Willson Contreras plays some defense. Like, you had some gross errors for a team that we've talked about and shown a lot of love for their improved defense. Did not show up this weekend, and yeah, I think that's the tough part here. You had a chance to pull yourself into the conversation, and now you're at death's door with what's coming next.
What conversation?
Just being like, where you were in the wild card. You were 2 games out at that point. You no longer had 2 teams sitting behind you. There were 2 in front of you before you got for the 3rd wild card. You had at least pulled yourself up enough where you were able to have that talk about what if. Whether you believed in it or not, that was plenty to be out there, and I think a lot of people, including us, were very skeptical. But now you were right down here where if the Braves come and fuck you up and you're 10 games back or more at that point, exactly. I'm just trying to be fair. But once they come in here and do what they do to you, if you fall 10 games below 500, it's like, what conversations are we having at that point in time?
I feel like
it's
we're
going to be a
already
lot of
having
the
those
Bob
conversations.
Nightingale of today.
Yeah, I feel like we're already having those conversations.
That's the part I can't really grasp. It was like waking up this morning and seeing, and I know like we have these conversations too, but it's like Red Sox looking to buy for fucking what? Like, what an insane conclusion to come to if you're Craig Breslow.
Who had that? I only saw the Chapman Padres and
No, it was
G-Bob saying
fucking Tyler. Tyler was so angry he was quoting the wrong tweets to some.
I did. Fuck. I knew somebody was going to see that. It was so embarrassing. Nothing like trying to fire
Listen,
off
you try
a
and
shot.
besmirch the good name of Blaze Jordan, I'm going to fucking see it.
It's a fair take. No, so only tweeted this out this morning. The Red Sox are looking for a right-handed hitter, but his rival execs note it's a really tough fix to make it on the fly. There are very few options available for a legit right-handed hitter this early unless you are willing to overpay. It's assuming a second baseman or third baseman. Then the front office will have to wave the white flag to some degree with Durbin, who is such an important part of the front office vision. Let's be real. I think Durbin's already been at least partially waved, the yellow flag.
The caution's
yeah, the caution. Thank you, NASCAR expert. But those are the kind of conversations I think with the Red Sox where we've said, like, yeah, if you want to get a bat, Breslow has to lose his mind and overpay. But that would come from a guy who hates doing anything like that and would probably tell you, my seat's on fire. And then you're panicking because, well, you're making a move like that. how bad are you going to fuck this up? What are you going to do wrong in an attempt to save yourself here? It really does feel like a lose-lose in a lot of ways.
Yeah. I mean, so the Jen McCaffrey report about the Red Sox, targeting like a right-handed hitter or like a power bat or whatever, it's similar to what I kind of thought was happening a couple weeks ago. Whenever it was like a home Friday and that Saturday was supposed to get rained out and then it didn't or whatever. Kind of heard similar, but I mean, I think when we take it as like, oh, the Boston Red Sox are looking to add like an impact right-handed bat, you're just like, oh man, like it's going to be something huge. And then the names floated like Zach Neto, who, like, no disrespect to Zach Neto, like good player, but like, is Zach Neto going to fix the Red Sox offense single-handedly? No.
Not one person can.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, sure, but like,
It's a multi-step process. You need Roman to get healthy and get back, and that's completely up in the air right now. And then you're kind of hoping, because you're seeing Willson Contreras do what Willson Contreras does. Willie Abreu doing what Willie Abreu does. But even when we're talking about what happened in Kansas City, having another guy who stepped up and was willing to kind of put the team on his back like a Jarren Duran goes a long way. But once again, it's the Kansas City Royals. Like, when you start to have to face better competition in some of these bigger AL foes, how big does that gap get? And that's really where you start to go from, all right, well, maybe you add a bat and that makes sure, you get into the playoffs. But if you're trying to make a World Series run here, which is supposed to be the goal, I know it's all forgotten at this point because of how bad this year has gone. But in terms of becoming a World Series contender, it feels like you're far from that conversation, despite the pitching being really good for the most part and the defense being really good for the most part before the series.
It's just funny to me that for years, whenever the Red Sox were bad, they would always hit. They would like lead the league in doubles. They would hit home runs. They would score runs at AMB, and it would be like, well, pitching faltered, or the bullpen sucks, or they don't play good defense. And now they're finally doing all those things, and they can't fucking hit. And I'm just like, dude, man, it's quite the conundrum. And I agree. Like, there's not one bat that you can bring in that solves all these problems. And I think it's pretty telling that. We're looking at the Roman situation being like, I just hope he comes back and is half decent. Like how many, because T tweeted out the Franklin Arias thing. Was it yesterday?
Yeah, you like that Pimp job. It was something. I didn't notice it at first, how he kind of walked from the plate. Tolle was there.
Was nice. It was nice. I quote tweeted and I was like, yeah, like I haven't been like this excited about a prospect in a while. And like, and then people are just like, well, I think they have prospect PTSD. Like Roman has been disappointing this year, either not performing well or has been hurt. Marcelo has been disappointing, I guess. The defense has been great, but like he hasn't hit, and he hasn't really hit at any level like spectacularly. So I don't know what we were supposed to expect there.
I think that's starting to become a conversation. I saw a couple people floated on Twitter, like the Arias Meyer conversation. How do you view those two prospects? Just, do you think Arias potentially has a higher ceiling at this point in time now that he's a consensus top 15 prospect in the game? And I think on Meyer's front, a lot of people, I know we talk about the defense a lot, and I think there were some promising things early in the season offensively, but he's just not impacting the baseball on a regular basis, no matter if there are some encouraging things with his plate approach.
And then there's the Christian Campbell thing. So it's like, I get it. We hyped up Nuttown, and
they're also not dead. Like, I don't.
That's the other thing.
Their career is nowhere near. It's just the problem is there are a lot of young players across the league stepping in and contributing immediately. So when yours don't, you go, well, they stink and they're dead. And that's just, I'm not out on any of these three players by any stretch of the imagination. They're just not good right now.
Yeah, and I'm not out on any of them, but at the end of the day, none of them are contributing to the success of the Boston Red Sox right now. And the expectation, especially as of the start of last year, was that the process was supposed to have already begun and been into it 2 years at this, or a year and a half, I guess, whatever you want to call it. And, we have one good month of Christian Campbell. We have a summer of Roman Anthony and flashes, I guess, of Marcelo Meyer, where, I've never complained about the defense, but as far as being like having an impact offensively at all, like it's not really been the case. So
I think with Roman, like, Honestly, I really am not worried at all. Like when I'm kind of working through things or like trying to label what the problems are with them moving forward. Marcelo, yeah, I think those concerns are more than valid. I also think when you're the Red
How are
Sox
you
and
not worried about Roman?
because I just believe he's going to hit. I saw him hit it not only at he hit at an elite
I'm
level
not
last
saying
year for
don't be
multiple months.
like I'm not concerned about his ability to perform when healthy, but like he's gotten hurt twice just from swinging the bat. Like that's concerning.
100%.
To some degree,
If
it
there
has
was
to be.
like a lengthy history, and this is the thing with Casas that worried me a lot, was Casas was hurt throughout the minor leagues. Like even 2022, when you talk about what happened at first base with Travis Shaw and Bobby Delbeck, a lot of the reasons why they went that pathway was because they thought Casas was going to be ready earlier in that
Correct.
year. Things went off the rails, and he was consistently hurt. Roman Anthony didn't carry that kind of reputation through the minor leagues. Now, if you want to have conversations about pain tolerance and that stuff, okay, I'll hear you out on it. Another injury would probably start to get me a little bit nervous or feeling those things. But with someone like Marcelo, I think the hit tool has always been something you could really question. I think how they handled him last year when he got rushed up to the big leagues was something that was not best for his development. It's why I was so heavy against a lot of people hyping him up in spring training in 2025, because I don't think people realized how far away the bat actually was when you talked about what he struggled against with lefties and breaking balls and off-speed pitches. But everyone just kind of wanted to say, well, why are you platooning the guy? And now you're seeing why he's been platooned, but now it seems like they're going to start to release those shackles with him facing Connor Prelip in that first game and with him playing shortstop every day. Christian Campbell, that entire situation is on hold. You need to let him go down to AAA. I think he needs his time to figure it out. And there's encouraging things with the data right now, but there's work to do.
So do you think Christian Campbell plays another game for the Boston Red Sox?
Yeah, I do.
When?
After everything gets sold. Probably this year.
This year?
Yeah, at the trade deadline. We'll probably see him in September. That'd be my guess.
How? Because even if you trade Duran or whatever, like he's an outfielder now. You freed up the logjam to make a new one?
Yeah, no, I think you'd bring him up and you maybe would give him a look at either DH or in some kind of super utility role, mixing some spots back and forth. I do think they should start to welcome in some different defensive spots for him, open up the infield again and have those convos, because it was stupid during spring training that he wasn't there. I don't understand the point in limiting him. I know he has to work on things offensively. But yeah, I do think we're going to see Christian Campbell in some form. Am I telling you he's going to be a superstar for this team? No, I'm not telling you that.
It's bleak. It's very bleak.
What is it about Arias that makes you so excited?
Me?
Yeah, you said he was the most excited you've been for a prospect in a long time.
That's disingenuous for me to say, because I was very excited about Roman. I think, just seeing him be kind of like potentially Jose Iglesias with pop is exciting, because, he was a great defender, but he can hit. So, I think when we talk about nut town, like the big three or whatever, going back to the point about Meyer not really having been someone who hit at any level in the minors, but then it's like, well, the glove plays, first round talent. Like Campbell, they were literally calling him Barry Bonds in the minors. So, don't get me wrong, I was very excited about those guys, but then, you go back and look at it, and I take Roman out of this. It's more like, all right, Meyer excited, but wasn't much of a hitter in the minors. Campbell excited, but where was his defensive position? That was kind of just something that we overlooked, or at least
I don't think we overlooked it. I still think the Red Sox, no matter how bad it was, abandoned it entirely too quickly. If you were willing and comfortable to pay him that and make him your opening day second baseman, that's not something you just pull the ripcord on 3 months in.
Well, they did.
I know, but they also had Brian Abraham over the winter being like, we still view him per our metrics as an elite infielder. Those are words that came out of his mouth. So that's where the lack of alignment throughout the organization continues to baffle me. You can't blame Core for that. He's gone.
I think Roman is still going to be a superstar in this league. I just, obviously now I have some concerns about, I guess genetics, those are the things that he can't control. It doesn't matter how hard you train, doesn't matter how talented you are. If your body fails you in certain ways, then there's nothing you can really do about that. There's no amount of, bench presses he can do that's going to prevent that from happening. It's just an unfortunate part of being an athlete. But those are my only concerns about Roman. I mean, I still think he's going to be, one of the best players in Major League Baseball. But I think they all kind of have their concerns at this point. I mean, there's no perfect prospect. There's no perfect player in the league. And to Coley's point, it's still super early in all of their careers. Like, there's no point in being like, yep, none of this is working. I think you can be realistic and say it hasn't worked to this point, but it is super early. And are we being impatient? Probably. I think that there's definitely an element of us being impatient, but it's only because, to, again, Coley's point, there are players that are coming up and then immediately just being like, yep, this is exactly who we thought we were getting. And I feel like we haven't gotten that with a Red Sox position player, since Mookie Betts. Like Tolle and Early have been awesome. On the pitching prospect side, we can't say it's been a long time since someone's come up through the Red Sox organization and been able to contribute immediately and been exactly who we thought they were. Or in Early's case, even better. He's been even better than I thought he would be. But on the position player side, I think Tristan Casas is someone that has been wildly disappointing. And he was a 2018 draft pick. Like, you would probably have to go back to Mookie to be like, yep, this is someone that's going to be a guy, and then they became who we thought they would be, or even greater.
Benny,
Rafaela.
I think Rafaela took a little bit to get there.
And I still say no to that, because when Rafaela was coming up through the system, he was hitting the shit out of the ball. Like, he was drawing comparisons to be like the next Mookie Betts. He's
like
not
morons,
like he's
not by any matter.
There were people who saw the mechanics and were like,
at best a league average bat, and then an excellent platinum glove defender. But that was what got people excited. Huh?
Right now, he's a league average bat and a platinum glove defender. Like, he has.
Yeah,
that's my
Mookie
point.
Betts was better than a league average bat. I'm saying
no one with a brain thought he was going to be Mookie Betts.
Nobody. That's
zero
history.
people.
No, it is not. Let's not call Ceddanne Rafaela Mookie Betts. Nobody ever thought he was that.
Captain.
No one thought he was going to be Mookie Betts, but when he was coming up through the minors, he hit a ton. I think
the comp for a lot of people
that he
was
looked like
JBJ.
in the minors is not the offensive player that he is in the big leagues.
I heard way more JBJ.
Yeah, it was JBJ, and I think some people thought that he'd have a harder time getting even to JBJ's offensive level because he didn't have the on-base skills of a JBJ.
Right. The swing and miss stuff didn't happen for Rafael at the major league level. That's just always been him.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say that Rafael is a disappointment, but
No, but you said who's actually hit what they were supposed to. He has, if not superseded it.
Not in my mind though. Like he was an elite defender that was hitting the shit out of the ball. So it's reminiscent, I guess, of a Franklin Arias, where it's the defense we can bank on. He's hitting at the minors. How's that going to translate to the big leagues? We'll find out, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he's not even hitting. He's the way Arias is hitting right now is not how he was hitting 8 months ago, because no one was talking about, other than Keith Law, no one was talking about him this glowingly at the end of last year.
Nationally and locally, people were down. I think that's really the only way to describe it. And to Keith Law's credit, the only guy who was really that high on Ceddanne Rafaela, because I thought it was pretty similar. Locally, there were not a lot of Ceddanne Rafaela truthers. I was not one of them. To Coley's credit, he was. But Ceddanne Rafaela was also someone Keith Law was way higher on than anybody else at that point in time, too. I think Wilyer Abreu deserves to be in the conversation, even though he wasn't as highly regarded.
That's what I mean. I left him out of it because no one really cared nor had any expectations for him.
Wilyer came up, dude, 136 WRC plus in 28 games as a rookie, 116, 110, and he's at 118 right now.
Yeah, he's far surpassed anyone thought when that trade even happened. So that's why it's hard to include him.
There's no chance you would have expected Willier's doing what he's doing right now. So even when he slumps, I'm like, whatever, dude. This is you're way past what you're supposed to do. I do think, real quick, T, I do think there's levels though to the whole expectation of prospect thing. I'm never gonna look at Ceddanne and be like, you're not giving me what I expect you to be giving me. I mean, the ease in which he's getting the balls now is crazy. I'm still waiting for those occasional like clutch swings. He's been in a couple of those moments so far this year where you could use that 3-run bomb that they haven't gotten yet. But that's what sucks about the Roman situation the most. And we've been talking about it all offseason. Everybody has. They put so much on his shoulders, so much. And he needed to be so good for this lineup to work. And everyone saw that. That's what pisses me off the most. You look at these lineups now and being at the game on Saturday, once you got past Contreras, I'm like, no one's going to have the big hit. There's not a single dude that's coming up that's going to have the moment. Like I'd expect Nick Sogard ahead of most of these guys, and that's where they're at. Like that's the state of this team right now. So it sucks when they're now showing Roman in the dugout and he just kind of feels useless, right? Like he's just got he's got the hoodie on, he's just kind of like moping over there, and it's like this guy was supposed to be incredible right now, but that's so unfair to put him in that position. And the fact that they're not getting that production, they don't deserve it, I would say. The front office doesn't deserve him to be great right now because of how much they put on him this season. But that's also where the Sox are at, though. It's like if he was buzzing this year, I'd be very curious what that record looks like because he's capable of getting into a state that's like, oh, okay, he can carry a team a little bit at the top of the lineup. If you obviously have Crochet in that position too, fine. But they're missing his presence, but then I'm also just pissed off how much they need his presence. See?
I also think the way the organization handled this injury was gross. Like to say he was going to be back minimal and like now he's in a position where like you can read the comments. It's a combination of he's a drunk and he's around the city and another combination of he's a soft bitch and he should be on the field and playing. And once again, when you put these timelines on players, especially a young player like that hasn't been through these kind of things, maybe is still learning what it's like to play through pain on a regular basis, you start creating these narratives and putting yourself in a bad spot because you want to push the conversation or whatever how negative people are looking at the team. You want to push that back a couple days. It's like, congrats, you hit it on Sonny Gray. Crochet's been out way longer than he was supposed to. Roman Anthony has now been out way longer than he was supposed to.
Fucking
and they just step in
Romy
irregularly.
was supposed to be ready for spring training.
Like right now, the last report we got on Romy was he was on pace to be back for June 12th. He has not like
circle your calendars.
He hasn't swung a bat in a real like live BP situation yet. So I'll believe that when I see that as well.
Yeah, Steve's point, like none of that's revisionist history with like they don't have enough, you're putting too much on Roman, like none of it at all. And still here we are. I know people are sick of me saying it. This team, this organization, not even this team, this organization has missed Xander Bogaerts' presence the second he walked out of the door. You talk about playing through pain. You talk about just showing up and posting. You talk about slumping, getting out of it, seeing a pitch, going the other way with it, just the see ball, hit ball, anything. I know Bregman got a lot of credit for it last year for when he was here, and I'm not saying
Justin
he didn't
Turner
do that. What I am saying is someone who came up throughout your organization their whole life, someone who knew every single person in the organization. They knew how to talk to this guy. They knew how to treat the clubby. They know how to do everything. They knew how to travel around the city. And they don't value that. I know that doesn't look good on the spreadsheets. I get that.
A quick timeout to talk about our favorite beer. And you know what? I'm going to start doing a quick timeout because people thought that I was actually like interrupting like Tyler mid-take, being like, shut the fuck up, we got to do this. So a quick timeout to talk about the wonderful folks at Blue Moon. Very excited. May 31st, be there. Urban Wild, we already talked about it at the start of the show. We're very excited about it. Blue Moon's excited about it. We are excited about it. No baseball date is complete without Blue Moon Belgian White. Born in a ballpark 30 years ago at the Sandlot Brewery in Denver, Colorado, Blue Moon's bold flavor, bright explosion of color, and iconic orange slice ritual guarantees a one-of-a-kind beer drinking experience year-round. And for those occasions when you want a lighter option, you, of course, can reach for a Blue Moon Light at only 95 calories and 3.6 grams of carbs per 12-ounce serving. It's a refreshingly light alternative beer brewed with real tangerine peel. If you're looking for a great-tasting non-alcoholic beer, you can try Blue Moon Non-Alcoholic, still made with real Valencia orange peel and coriander with just 80 calories. Great for when you want to hold the alcohol but not the flavor. People are like, wait, why are you guys doing a Blue Moon event on May 31st? What's the deal with the date? Well, the full moon on May 31st, by popular definition, will be a blue moon, which means that is the second full moon in the same calendar month. T, did you know that before I told you or no?
I only know because of last week, but now I'm an expert on blue moons.
You are. Are you excited for the event?
Extremely. I love bowling, and I want to talk about Nick Sogard with as many people as I can.
I feel like people are going to come just to talk about Nick Sogard with you and bowl.
What else is there to talk about?
IKF.
We don't do that around here.
Blue Moon Light, a wheat beer from Blue Moon with exceptional taste and only 95 calories. Blue Moon, Belgian white, brightly brewed with real Valencia orange peel and iconically garnished with an orange slice. Get Blue Moon Light delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared for delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon, made brighter, celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Suck one.
The funny part is one of the guys they brought in IKF today, right? One of these guys that you gave $6 million to essentially just for leadership has to say after the game, yeah, I was walking out of the box, man. I was staring. I thought it was out of the ballpark. I'm like, this is a guy who's simply on the team for leadership. And like, he's telling you, yeah, man, I pimped that thing. You're fucking IKF, dude. I don't care if it's over the monster. Hustle. Set the example.
I do love that he was like, yeah, next time I'll probably figure that out.
It's like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, seeing him pimp a ball like that, I was just like, dude, you've never done that in your fucking life. Like, why did you think this was the moment to break it out? But that's the issue here when you're, you think you can throw some money at a bench guy who's just going to fulfill a lot of your leadership roles. It's why guys like Justin Turner felt so underappreciated here and why they had such a massive voice despite being here 1 year. Guys shouldn't arrive here and within a year have that big of a role. But when you have a leadership hole, that's how much it stands out. That's how much it speaks to it on a regular basis.
There's a leadership thing, and there's also like a continuity thing within the roster that just doesn't exist. Like, every series I watch, it's just a different kind of individual coming to the plate that feels like they have zero connection to the previous guy that came up or the next guy that came up. Like, nothing is intertwined with this roster. And when you watch the post-game shows, and T, I know you're always all over this, but when they cut to guys that they're going to interview in the clubhouse, you're just guessing who it's going to be. Like, you have no idea who's going to be like the voice of what the team is, especially with Trevor Story on the IL. Regardless of his performance or not, he was typically like a consistent voice that would either sum up the vibe of the team or where he thinks they probably need to be going. Now it's like, it's just a random collection of dudes. Like, they have nothing in common. They don't feel like they really, I don't want to say care. You don't want to throw the care word around, but like, they're not showing up to the park like pumped up because it's this group of guys. Like, these are the guys I'm going to battle with. It's more, I'm showing up to work today and maybe we win, maybe we lose. That's kind of the vibe that you get, which just sucks as a fan when you're watching 162 games and you don't feel like there's really that bond. Like, WC-40's playing on a different team than the rest of these guys. The way that he shows up to the park, I swear he's just keeping the mentals right because maybe not for him because he's always kind of going crazy, but he's at least in a spot where it's like, I want to win every single day, and I'm not getting that energy from these other guys, and that just kind of trickles down through the roster.
Can I say something that people aren't really going to like?
Oh, God.
If you're prefacing with that, then it's probably going to be like, uh-oh.
More than getting swept this series, we lost our tough guy. We lost our enforcer. You can't have Victor Caratini fucking grab you around your neck like that and not kill him. Like, he can't.
That was my reaction. I thought
he can't be standing. Like, that's. Yeah. I don't know what he said. I don't know what was going on, but you can't get big man by Victor Carrot. That can't happen. That can't be your enforcer.
They're former teammates.
They're buddies.
I think if anybody,
his brother's whole fucking team a month ago.
I think if it was anyone he didn't have like an actual one-on-one relationship, they're getting decked. Because I do think
obviously Victor didn't care about that relationship in that moment.
I think Willson was pissed first off just from what had happened earlier in the game when he got brushed. I've never seen someone get that close to the plate during an at-bat in my entire Dude, he was past the line, and then when he faked the bunt, he stepped on the plate.
He basically was trying to headbutt the pitch. I've never seen it.
I was like, is he losing it? Is he just saying, fuck it? And then when he slid head first in, like, right into Cody Clemens' feet, not giving a fuck. I'm like, he doesn't give a damn. He's going all out, and I love that. Go play that way, Willson Contreras. But, yeah... And Willson has been so great in that department.
He's been awesome.
Where you see the disconnect is like, yes, this guy comes from the outside. Are you able to connect with, sort of the younger guys in the clubhouse? And this isn't his fault, but I think some of the guys that are supposed to be that bridge, like a Jarren Duran, aren't those guys, whether it's because of performance or actions, whatever it may be. It does not seem like a group that is fully all on the same page and moving in one direction.
Not at all.
No. And that's too bad because I I had higher hopes for the season, and I think obviously the Red Sox did too. Like, I'm sure that their internal metrics had this as a fucking 94-win team or something like that.
Worst metrics in the league.
Yeah, like they don't fucking they got to get a new algorithm, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, I, for whatever reason, still think that, like, you know, that there's still, like, everyone's like, oh yeah, John Henry, get John Henry out of here. I don't need John Henry to care about the Boston Red Sox genuinely. I just need him to cut the checks. I need him. Like, I know that those two things go hand in hand, but, you know, I don't need him to bleed Red Sox. But as long as he's cutting the check still with the money that I know that he has, whatever, man. Don't sell the team. But I don't know. I feel like there are cracks, obviously, in the confidence that the fan base has in Breslow's ability to be the guy, and especially now as the dialogue changes from how do they make this, how do they address this in the offseason to sign players in free agency and make trades that are going to upgrade the roster and fill holes that clearly need to be filled. Now it's, how is he going to address this right now? Like, if we're really going to have the conversation about trading Aroldis Chapman and Jarren Duran and Sonny Gray, then, I mean, I don't know. I think okay, so level with me here. For the moves, most of the moves that Breslow has made have worked out. Willson Contreras, Sonny Gray. I mean, Caleb Durbin, that was an awful one. But there are
It's also
moves,
the moves you didn't make.
There are moves that Craig Breslow has made where I'm like, okay, like you can identify talent and bring it in. However, I have great doubts that when we talk about trading Aroldis Chapman or just going into an offseason of trying to upgrade the roster, he's working with a limited Rolodex. You know, like you can identify players and bring them in and whatever, but at the end of the day, the teams want to deal with this guy. And that's where I have my hesitation. It's not so much that it's like, all right, I want that player. It's a good player. Would love to have him on my team. Do I trust you to make the right deal for it? Do I have confidence that GM wants to pick up the phone when you call him? That's where it starts to get a little bit muddy for me.
I do think
season I even said, like, each individual move he makes, I can see the logic behind them individually. Like, I can see why you'd be interested in adding a Caleb Durbin to your franchise. I just don't think, like, the way in which he went down that path was the accurate way to do it. Like, he makes every move seemingly in a vacuum, not realizing, like, they all have to interact together as one team.
And I think that is the best point of it all. I think when you talk about the Bregman and Devers thing, you're not aware of how that's going to impact Rafael Devers, the relationship you have there, the clubhouse, however you want to frame it. When you don't trade Jarren Duran and you don't fix the outfield logjam, all of a sudden the guys that you penciled in like a Jarren Duran to probably be, you know, a 110 to 120 OPS plus bat. To be fair, they talked about him in trade talks like he was an MVP candidate. Right. So maybe it's even beyond that. But it's realizing how all these pieces are going to fit together and work as one that start to rise to the top here. Because, yeah, it was easy to say this offense was going to be better. Where do you put the faults of Jarren Duran? Do you blame that because of how they handled the outfield and this weird logjam and all that? You still have Masataka Yoshida here. Trevor Story's going to be here next year too. That's $40 million right there on its own that you're going to have to figure out. So, like, sometimes the moves that you do make or you don't make, they do have a serious impact on other players. And I think that's just where you're kind of at, where you can highlight a lot of these deals that have gone well. You also panic whenever there's a trade deadline and, you know, there's a gun to your head and you have to do something, which is a scary thing because for John Henry and how much he cares, right? Well, if he lets Craig Breslow do this trade deadline and things go wrong, is that a sign of him just not giving a fuck and saying, hey, we don't want to go through the hiring process, just take us wherever you're going to go? Or would him caring being, you know, saying, Craig Breslow, you're fired on June 1st. Eddie Romero, handle this thing through the end of the year, and we'll figure it out when we get to, you know, October, and we'll hire Derek Falvey. I know Stats is talking about Brandon Gomes, who's already rejected you one time. I'd call again, but, like, those are the conversations that are going to be had here.
I don't know that firing him today proves whether or not he cares. Like, I think Craig should be given the deadline, but I don't like have any faith he's going to do a good job.
But if that's the case, then why do you let him do it?
Because I think that's the decision they made when they fired Cora, was like, hey, here's like, I mean, what's it been? 3 weeks?
See, that's my thing where like people look back at the last trade deadlines of Bloom and Dave Dombrowski and they get very upset. Where you can go back to Chaim Bloom's final trade deadline where they told him he couldn't add money. We know that he didn't make the deal for Edward Cabrera at that time for Justin Turner. People go back to Mookie Betts and not making that deal at the deadline when Will Smith was on the other side in a talk with the Dodgers. So like those are the questions. It's like, all right, well, if you're going to let someone who's already a dead man walking just make those moves, isn't that the most irresponsible thing you could do? Especially because if you make the right moves with the veterans you have here, you should have a real shot to retool, and you might have a top 5 farm system in the sport if you do it correctly.
Sure, but I also don't know that Dombrowski not trading Mookie Betts is what I'm going to call a wrong move.
Just based on the way they were going to act moving forward.
Sure, but that's a management issue, not
of course.
Like I'm not putting that on my resume if I don't have. I'd much rather quit than have that on my eternal resume.
That's why if I'm John Henry and I know Mookie Betts is not going to be a Boston Red Sox in 2020, sure. Yeah. I'm telling Dombrowski, you have to leave, and whoever's going to make the move that needs to make this happen for the organization to be in a better spot, then you're going to go make that move. If he was a smart man, David Dombrowski keeps the job into 2020 and so on, or whatever it may be. Because, firing a guy who won a World Series less than 12 months ago is just something you don't see in sports.
But yeah, T, I'm not. Like, I obviously think he's done a horrible job. I'm not itching to can him right this second. Because, like, what if he is one deadline away? Like, what if he does sell well? What if because the people who are talking about buying, like, I still see Austin Riley's. I don't know why the Braves are trying to get rid of Austin Riley. They're, like, the best team in the league. I don't know where. Like, when the rumors don't come from me, I genuinely am so concerned. Like, where did this come from? Where did this come from?
Bobby Witt Jr. was like a weird thing that developed. I was like, nobody has ever said anything like this. Nobody has ever talked about this. And everyone in my mentions is like, Bobby Witt Jr. is the dream, baby. That's the guy that we need. I'm like, are you fucking insane? You think Bobby Witt Jr. is coming to the Boston Red Sox? It's Zach Neto. I think that would be the conversation, and where if you want to talk buying and what pathways exist, it's like, do you make a move for a controllable bat or something like that? All right, well, that goes beyond whatever the conversation may be in terms of a rental or just selling shit to sell shit. It's also talking about the window where you could have bought. And I think, in the last couple weeks, it would have been crazy to make a trade at this point and have to overpay. You might have missed the spot to do it. Now with you going to the Braves, getting swept by the Twins, potentially falling 10 games below 500, you may have missed your shot to kind of energize this team or pull them up, because we're talking about a team last year that went and won 10 games in a row to pull themselves up. You are just not there right now. You are nowhere near that, and to be that consistent seems almost impossible.
Speaking of the Braves, T, before we get to the notebook, Calcia users are forecasting what will be said on the Red Sox broadcast during Game 1 of this series with the Braves. I'm not seeing "this team sucks" on here, which is a little bit crazy, but we'll start at the top. We got Fenway Park at 98%.
I'm sure it'll come up.
I would have to think that comes up. The bullpen at 92%. Bullpen should be at 100%. That is absolutely going to be mentioned when the Braves are coming to Fenway Park against this team. Trade is at 90%. We got triple at 85%. So basically that means nipples are at 85% as well.
Fourth in triples right now.
What's
Boston
up?
Red
Okay,
Sox.
yeah. No, it's been a lot of your nips this year, so that does make sense. Ohtani is at 82%.
Shout him out.
Why?
Shout him out.
I'll bring him up.
Coley just breaks into the booth and goes, Ohtani. And then just runs out.
Oh, okay. You know why? So Tuesday's a TBS
Braves
game. They're probably just going to talk about when Ohtani was here and they jumped him outside in Yawkey Way and all those people were surrounding him. That'd be my guess.
That seems 82 seems very high. I might go the other way there.
Put your money on it, Steve.
I don't know. I'm going no there. I will put my money on no.
When it's the first thing they say, you're going to be furious.
Is there not a Chris Sale on this?
Let's see if Sale's on here. I don't know
Welcome
if
to
they put
Fenway Park, home of the Boston Red Sox. Today we're going to be playing a game between the Boston Red Sox and the Atlanta Braves. Shohei Ohtani First pitch at 7:05.
Just no expanding whatsoever. Shohei Ohtani. It is 75 degrees, unfortunately. I know someone's probably upset about that.
A Babe Ruth mention? Will that get you there?
Babe Ruth's not on here. We got wild pitch at 69%. Nice. What a catch. What a catch at 10%. I might take that. At 10%? You can get some pretty good odds on what a catch. Was Sadon and these boys out there? I don't know. That might be a good one.
Where you're gonna like just be absolutely tearing your hair out, and I know it's a different segment, but that when they say what a play and you're just like screaming at your TV, like how dare you?
I know. That's the thing where it's like I think I'm gonna be more locked in on if Shohei Ohtani is mentioned than anything that happens in game one. So definitely tune in on Monday night, also known as Tuesday night, and keep an eye out for if Shohei makes that broadcast. That's gonna be hilarious when it's like the first inning. They're like,
it's going to be so fast.
The Red Sox actually, briefly looked into Shohei Ohtani. I'm like, that makes no sense here, but he's definitely going to say it. So, head over to Cal.
This is jumping super ahead. Is Sale pitching? Like, who's pitching in this? So, if Sale's pitching and they bring up NL Cy Young odds, Shohei Ohtani will come up.
But not in game one, right?
No, but picture it. Chris Sale
game.
sitting. Yeah, okay. Chris Sale sitting in the dugout. There's Chris Sale back at Fenway Park. Yada, yada, yada.
Ohtani.
Sale Tolle.
That's hot.
Yeah, Sale Tolle kind of goes crazy.
There's a home run by Willson Contreras. Shohei Ohtani.
Ohtani!
Willson Ohtani Contreras goes deep.
Yeah.
I'm I know people get upset, and I don't really believe people when they get upset about like the Ohtani at bat counter, like how many at bats till he's up. Like they should be doing that on every other TV show. Like, hey, I know you're watching Golden Girls reruns. Ohtani's going to be up in like 7 minutes if you want to flip over. It's pretty sick. Like, MLB should be buying that ad on every channel in the country.
I kind of thought that got hated on too much when that was happening.
Way too much.
I liked knowing when he was coming up, and not having to look at the box score. It's like, yeah, that's a guy that I kind of want to see in this situation, especially with teams that you don't really want to win. It's like, all right, I can at least see the greatest player of all time and 3 batters. That sounds good. I got time to go pee and then watch Ohtani.
Mm-hmm.
So, head to Couch.
Yeah. Promo code section 10.
20
shall we hit the notebook?
Let's do it.
Okay, yeah. May 22nd versus the Minnesota Twins. First line here says, I don't care what the record is. A Payton Tolle start will always feel like a special event to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I propose streaming every Tolle start the rest of the season and using them as like, this is the only day we're really locked in.
Yeah. I mean, especially
Payton Tolle untouchable right
for
now.
Me, he is.
Coley?
Oh, yeah.
Stevie?
I'm not buying T. I'm not
in general.
I'm not buying.
Do not trade Payton Tolle, please.
I'm just wondering if everyone's on the same page.
No, just like that's the
sounds like
Craig.
You're not on our page.
Oh, I am 1,000% on your page.
Okay.
Jeez. Okay.
If I'm talking a pitcher, it's Connolly Early.
If they're making any buy right now, like the only names that would get included, because it's not 3 years farm system. Like there's only so few names I could really, really buy for you, and those are the only names I'm like. I like them more than the guys on the major league team.
Yeah, the guys that kind of speak to me in terms of controllable players are like, Jordan's on a different tier, and I don't even like having that convo until we actually have something real to base it on. But like the Netos, the Peñas, but that brings its own logjam conversations into it all. And I like Zach Noah a lot. He's striking out 30% of the time of the year. So like, there's checks and balances to all of it.
Next line here says, Jaron Duran is wearing shiny black cleats, so with the green uniforms, he looks like he's cosplaying a Jack's leprechaun.
I forgot about this.
He was looking extra ripped. I know. I think Nesson had tweeted something or posted something about it. So reminds me of myself a little bit.
Willier bangs one off the wall in center. It's 1-0 Sox in the bottom of the first. WC40 bangs one off the monster. We've got Nips in the Aura Club. 2-0 Sox bottom one.
That was awesome.
Yeah, got the behind-the-scenes video with T.
The best part was me walking into the bathroom. Jared's looking at like the little TV in the Aura Club bathroom, and as I walk in, the last person exits the bathroom. And I was like, you know why I'm in here, right? And he's like, yeah, we're trying to decide how we're going to do the video and the picture at the same time. My ass is also out. My ass is constantly out. I am so over that. That is a weird trait because of how my ass is shaped. It is always out. It's not a personal choice. I hope people realize that.
I do love how T said that. My ass is always out, and I'm getting sick of it. It's like,
I'm over it.
You're controlling the ass, T. It's on you.
It's the way where my hips are and where the pants sit. It's just unfortunate.
For some reason, my butt cheeks are just out and about at all times.
I hate it, dude.
And I can't get a hold of it.
Yeah. I filed an appeal. I'm still waiting to hear back.
I got a call with the belt people on Tuesday where
I'm conscious.
Mayor Wu is furious. Got called down to the office about it. Tried to explain it's not my fault. She's not hearing it.
No, he's right. Some bad hip bones will just have that thing out. I've got a similar, like mine's. I've got a similar situation, but I'm never taking my shirt off, so it's just an unknown thing. T is constantly taking his shirt off, and this is jumping ahead. But when you go out to the bleachers and you like adjust,
you
like,
saw. You
adjust before you take it off, and still bang right out, just right out.
I was like, "What the fuck, man?" I tried so hard. 2K's behind me. I'm like, "Hold up, 2K. Like, let me get this all tied up." Immediately ass out. Like we're halfway down. Where my hips start is where my ass crack starts. It's the worst thing in the entire world.
I can picture T just like walking out to the bleachers and his entire ass is just out. And there's like a kid right behind him. He's like, you know, the parents are with him. I can't control it. I literally have no control over my whole butt being in public. It's crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Monasterio, RBI knock here. Here come the Sox. An offensive outburst, question mark, at AMB, question mark. 3-0 Sox. Bottom one. Sack fly, and it's 4-0. Runs for Tolle. It's a magical thing. Top two, I don't like where this inning is heading. Yeah, like I said, hit parade out of nowhere. Buxton fucking kills us. 4-3 Sox in the second. Okay, Tolle's back. Lock the fuck in. Strikes out the side. It's only going to be one bad inning. Lay one down, wear the crown, dropping bunts and licking cunts. Durbin RBI bunt makes it 5-3 Sox in the fourth.
Christ.
That's so.
That was a bar.
What?
That just whole little thing you just did.
What did you say, T?
That's just ball, T. That's
Bunt
just
and
ball.
cunt. I've never heard that back to back like that.
That's true.
I mean,
I just flinched like you're about to play the haiku music. I don't know why.
No need.
You're like, I got nothing written down under that?
yeah. Hell of a finish for Tolle. It was only one bad inning. 85 pitches, 57 strikes, 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 9 Ks. It's a 2.45 ERA. T, what was going on with Tolle?
Yeah, he had the whiffs going, 15 of them, 8 on the four-seamer, 3 on the curveball, 2 on the sinker, and 1 on the cutter and changeup. The velocity was up almost half a tick. And he was pounding the zone. First pitch strikes to 72% of batters, 77% strike percentage overall. And really, in this start, the arsenal didn't change as he went through the order multiple times. It was four-seamer and sinker. That was the pathway forward, and he was cooking. It was 33 pitches in that second inning that really drove up the entire pitch count. But I think a lot of people were still pissed that he didn't go an extra inning. In my opinion, I was okay with it because I think Slayton, Whitlock, Chapman have been that good. But a lot of people would frame this as a very Alex Cora-esque decision from Chad Tracy, even though I was okay with it. And credit to him for rebounding as a young pitcher. A lot of guys can't do that after a tough second inning. He did exactly that, and he put himself into trouble with the Gonzalez walk. He deserved that. It was 4 pitches. Some BABIP luck kind of fucked him, too.
I will say it shows where Tolle is at that I expected he was only going to have one bad inning. Like the fact that he's this young, this early in his career, I do think we look at him as a guy that's like in his 30s and has just been playing baseball like his entire life at the major league level. I know he looks like it, but like we also just like treat him with that expectation because I agree with Jerry. Tolle Day is just different. It feels different than the other days. Part of it is because of the dude and his presence and how much we like him as a person. But him in the Monster City Connect jersey, it's like, all right, we got a dog out there tonight. And so second inning, it just made you feel weird. It was just like I didn't think this was even possible for him to do because those 3 innings, that matches his season high for earned runs an entire start. So this dude's giving up 1.6 earned per start. So he's going out there and obviously putting you in positions to win all the time. And consistently in those Fenway Fridays, when he does that, the Red Sox don't care. They are going to blow it for whoever comes in from the pen.
Yeah. Dude, what the fuck is up with Byron Buxton? What the fuck is Byron Buxton's issue with the Boston Red Sox? 2-run bomb makes it 6-5 Sox in the 7th. Slayton just shit his pants out there. Austin Martin, 2-run home run, makes it 7-6 Twins in the 7th. Top of the 9th, Tarps off at Fenway. T's got to go join his people. They started going Tarps off in top 9. He made it out there for bottom 9. What was it like being out there with the people, T?
It was electric, genuinely. Like, people were losing their mind. They didn't care, I think, really what was happening in the game. It was kind of just an overall mindset. I was a little sad I didn't get to see Tyron Guerrero do his thing. I had talked so much about him the last couple months. But I got out there. Immediately, once I took my shirt off, there was a guy with I don't want to mispronounce this. I know I'm going to. The Yamori Giants. He had a Bobby Delbeck jersey. And he goes, Bobby. It might be. I'm not going to act like I know. And he's like, Bobby Delbeck. And he's just screaming at me from like 3 rows back as hard as you can. And I had never seen a Bob jersey from the NPB. But it was very cool. It was fun. A bunch of Section 10 fans ended up coming over and talking and getting hyped up. And yeah, it was an awesome moment during a rough night, a really rough couple innings at that point in time for the Sox.
The fact that this team can't win with those kind of vibes permeating with the Greens, it says so much about this group as a whole. Like, it really does.
A small gripe I got, because I feel like everyone kind of knew Tarps off was a high probability on Friday night at Fenway. We got to get that going earlier. The fact that it took until the 9th inning there, I was like, come on, let's figure this out. After the bombs by Slayton, I feel like that just messed the vibes up, so people maybe weren't in that mode to have their nipples out. See?
You had the perfect ramp. Like, the first inning, 4 runs, it's like, holy shit, this is the best start we've had to a game this year. Let's let it rip. That's it. I would have taken them off. But it more felt like, oh, this is cool and trendy right now. Like, the game's getting away. Let's kind of have a moment of fun here. And I get why some people didn't like it, but it was also one of those things where it's a Friday night at the ballpark, man.
I saw so many people getting upset about that, and it goes back to the Yankees suck chant conversation from the Yankees series. Like, you really do have to create your own moments at Fenway right now to have any enjoyable experience, because the team certainly isn't going to do it for you.
I will say, these kids know ball. I was impressed. A pretty young crowd, obviously, as you would see for taking your shirts off. You're not going to have a bunch of like older dudes doing that. But the chants were spot on. And they were hitting all the key stuff of, fuck John Henry, so the team. They were like going back and forth with chants. Very advanced. Very advanced, honestly. And this is a 9th inning on a Friday night. Couple of bevs already been consumed at that point. I was impressed that all these people that don't know each other personally were that in sync with the chants as it was going on. So to that crowd that's like, oh, how can you be having fun and twirling it? They were doing both. They were like, we're trying to get the boys going, and we're also pissed off with this team. So I think it was A+ all around, and I'll pat ourselves in the back. We got out there pretty quickly, T. Like, we were moving.
Dude,
yeah. I was
like
impressed
hustling.
By that, too. I was impressed by that.
It was Bags, Eamon, Steve, me, and John Anthony, and like hustle. Like, you could not be farther away from where we needed to be. And we got there in like 4 minutes. My shoe was untied. I stopped and tied it. John Anthony picked me off the ground. No, John Anthony was like, we can't fall behind. And we got there. We got there with no time to fucking spare. The game ended, and I don't even think my shirt was fully back on yet. And it was like, all right, like, let's lock in here.
Dude, who hit that ball? It wasn't Willier. Someone went warning track, right?
I have it right here.
IKF again?
It was Sadan. Yeah, it was Sadan and Willier double play.
Off the bat, because I'm not used to the bleacher perspective. I mean, I've been out in the bleachers for games, but I'm probably there the least out of all the spots in the park. And so off the bat, I was definitely doing that, like, you only go to 3 games a year thing. More just kind of hoping that it would happen. Because that moment, if the fellas with the tarps off then got a game-tying homer in the 9th inning,
that video, oh my God. If there was a walk-off or even just tying the game in the 9th while T was out there, tarps off, that video would have been all-time generational.
Yeah.
Yeah. T was just at home there. That was your spot, T. It was just nice to see you in your natural environment. Yeah. Nips out in the air. It was great.
Yeah. I was just proud of the boys. We saw the moment. We recognized the moment. We had the moment.
Tremendous hustle. I was like, seeing it all unravel from home, I was like, knowing how far away you guys were, I was like, fuck, that sucks. She should be out there. And then just appearing like Batman in the midst of the night. to pull those pants up just for them to fall right back down.
Coley,
Unbelievable.
Steve and Coley might get it. Eamon definitely understood it. You know the Yachty when he walks out to the stage at Rolling Loud and he's twisting the That's what the bags video kind of looked like to me in my head when I was walking out. We were just like, boom, we're walking from the Truly deck underneath. The whole ballpark's opening up, and then my ass is out immediately. I'm like, oh, all Oregon.
There is an element of that where T is basically just like claiming them as his people. Like a lot of these people are probably
they're like, who the
I'm
fuck
sure
is
a lot of
this
these
guy?
people do know you, T. But
No,
I'm sure
but
there's
no
some
clue.
that you're walking in like, yes, I created this. Like, dog, we started this. And then you came yes, you're doing what I told you to do. I'm like, I don't fucking know who you are.
I'm just like orchestrating them all together in a wave.
You're just claiming them as your people. Like, all right, dog.
I'll say this. Anytime I walk out to the bleachers now, which is like the 2 times a year I'm there, the second I turn the corner, I'm usually looking for someone. The second I do, it's immediate, like heavy recognition in the bleachers. Those are for sure our people.
Yeah.
Big time.
And you
Big
also are ginormous, so it's just like
Hard to miss, but
Yeah.
T's not a little fella either.
You can be in the 90th row and you pop up from the tunnel and it's like, that's got to be the McMahon. I don't know who else that could be.
It's either him or the Big Show. Who is that?
The Big Show.
There was a moment where Steve went down to get the bullpen video, and I was by myself. And all of a sudden, it turned into a Section 10 meet and greet. Like we had pictures of the guy in traffic. I told this story on the podcast last month or 2 months ago. Someone was beeping at me while I was driving, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like I was kind of just, I was in my head.
Please don't distract T while he's
And the guy comes up to me. He goes, "That was me. That was me." And I was like, "Holy shit!" We had like this entire moment. It was really cool.
He's going to drive. He's got his waffle maker and griddle next to him.
Yeah.
He's got a lot going on in that front
He's
seat.
reading directions. It's a whole thing.
He's got a full map.
Yeah.
Well, that's the issue with the
He's
podcast.
not reading directions on where to go. It's for an IKEA desk that he's building when he gets home.
He's trying to get a head start on putting his bed frame together. Like, dude, you're on the highway. Where does this screw go?
Yeah. Oh God! Did
Officer, I've had to put this together for some time. Okay, you're good. You're good.
Why are these in French? Fuck.
T, did your mom see the video of you in the bleachers?
Yeah, when I came down for breakfast the next morning, she goes, "Oh, there's my stripper son," and that was the first word I was and like I didn't know what to
at you,
say.
honey?
Yeah, like genuinely, that was the
That
question.
whore son of mine. His ass all over the internet.
Fucking cheeks everywhere.
Yeah, then my Martha's family, it was like, "Oh yeah, we were all looking at you with your shirt off," and I was like, "Yep, that's me. That was definitely me."
Also, shout out to Wally. Popped up to the Aura Club and got you my second game pin.
I fucked up. You fucked up too, Jared.
How?
The pin was left behind when I went to go do
How
the
the
tarps
fuck
off.
is that my fault?
Because you're responsible for me, first off. Secondly, you were still there after I left. Third off, shout out Corey. Corey picked it up and he has it with him.
That's like T saying, like, Jared, you fucked up bad. My wallet is in the Aura Club. Like,
yeah. Like what?
figure it out, pal.
Moron. Yeah.
Like I'm not actually your dad. You know that.
You're
right?
responsible
Like,
for me. You are, wow, you're going to say this to my face right now.
me to like look at the table, make sure no one left anything. Like
You do that with me a large majority of the time.
I suppose, but I mean, I just figured that you put it on. You can't really leave a pin behind when it's on. Like that's kind of on you to not put it on your shirt when you got it.
Yeah, I should have poked it. I thought Wally was going to put it through the shirt, but you put it
Wally
through my
has
shirt
got
last time.
Giant fucking hands.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, last time Jared put it through my shirt for me.
So did you ask me to do that this
Not
time?
a giant green monster.
I also had wing fingers. I couldn't do that.
For a long time. For quite a long time on Friday night. You had sauce on your hands.
Yeah, I did. I got 2 orders of wings. Don't
not
toss
hating.
me for that.
No, I'm saying toss T for snitching on you.
No.
That is true. Yeah. Like, what the fuck, T? I was just eating some wings. I can't eat wings. That was like my first meal all day.
Oh, dude, Jared was barely holding on, man. I didn't think he was going to make it up to the Aura Club.
Yeah, I
It
almost
was-
passed
it was
out
bad.
at the top of the stairs there.
I would have carried you. It would have been like
I would have been
holes.
dead. I would have been dead, I think.
You know when Zero takes Shia LaBeouf? Or wait, no, Shia LaBeouf takes Zero, right? And he brings them underneath and they eat the juices.
Yeah.
You guys didn't see holes?
It's been ages, but good movie. I just don't remember anything about it. There's holes.
We had to read the book in like 5th grade. I never saw the film.
Is Shia in that one in the book?
No, they don't bring up LaBeouf.
Okay.
I don't think they put the actors in the book, right?
Especially when the actors like didn't even exist at the time.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Decent take.
Big year for Wally, by the way. Just want to give Wally a shout out. Wally has been, really supporting the 10 per usual.
When's he had a down year?
No, he's never had a down year. It's just like his OPS plus is insane this season.
Yeah.
He
was
almost
in the
killed
Nesson-
Jerry's other co-host the other day.
What happened? I
Dallas?
must have missed
No,
Alana?
Big Riz. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Big
What
Riz.
happened?
He snuck up on her while she was sideline reporting.
Alana's got mascot PTSD because the Philly Fanatic. There was one time where the Philly Fanatic was like trying to go on a date with her, so he set up like a table and put like a thing of water on the table, and he accidentally knocked it all over her. And she doesn't
She
have.
didn't love that.
Yeah, she definitely hasn't had glowing experiences with mascots. Is that a fucking pinky tee? Because it's not up, it's down.
Yeah.
Yep, there you
I
go.
didn't know there was rules to this.
No, there's rules.
Dave O'Brien called Wally fat today during the game, and it was very loud. It came through very clearly. He was making fun of his eating habits. I don't know. I was quite disgusted by the entire interaction.
I don't know that Wally would tell you he's not fat though.
Whoa.
He's not
he's
fat.
big
He's-
bone, man.
Yeah,
He's
he's
just
not
built.
like
Isn't that the species?
he's not out of
Don't be
shape.
racist.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah, I don't think that Wally
Aren't
is
they all
fat, but I think he's a monster, and that's how he's shaped. Like he just fills out the bone structure that he has.
I would never call someone whose head is wider than their waist fat.
Fair. So
He is kind of thick.
Jesus.
His ass isn't out.
Yeah.
Yeah, pants always on.
Wally with his ass out would look hilarious, but
I mean, his ass is out.
Is there a
it's
crack?
not out.
Doesn't he not wear pants?
He's got
Definitely
pants.
wears pants.
What are you talking about?
He's in full uniform. He could play if he wanted to.
What, you think like his
Jared just never looks
balls
down at
everywhere?
Wally. He's like, I don't want to see that. I don't need to see that dick and balls, Wally. Jesus Christ.
just walking around with this big green schlong?
Yeah, he has a belt on, Jared. Like these are very pants.
he's ready to play.
I guess it's
Fix my kids. He just got this big
Jersey on.
You guys have seen it, right? His balls. Yeah, the jersey's still on, but this dick's just hanging out.
I'm just picturing Jared. Like every time he does talk to Wally, he is always kind of like looking away a little. He's like,
Yeah.
how do you make eye contact with that freak?
The amount of times you've seen Wally and you're like, we all know his ass is out, right? Like that's a thing. I shouldn't even have to say it.
that's like what's that called? What's that called when everyone misremembers something together?
It's like he's
The
got
Mandela effect.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's like a Mandela effect. It's like
just
you show
for
a
you.
picture of Wally, and it's like, see, he's got pants on.
I mean, I know we've brought it up on this show before. Maybe it was Clean 40. I don't know, but that Cubs mascot pick that made it onto the news broadcast where he actually has his dick out is one of the funniest I've ever seen.
I just saw that for the first time as you said it, Steve. This is wow, that's a cock. Like that is there.
That's right.
Is he bricked
It
up?
got on the
bro?
broadcast and it was on there for like 3 seconds. Like, we got to go away from that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like,
No one knows more and also less about the Red Sox than Jared Carrabba.
Yeah.
I thought Wally, I mean, there's never been a point, maybe I'm thinking of like that commercial.
What are you saying right now?
I
That
mean,
Wally's
like there's
ass has been
definitely, like,
Who can forget that nude
Did something
Wally
happen
commercial?
to you, Jared? Was there a
in
moment?
05, they tested it out and the parents were furious.
yeah. There's never been a version of Wally where he had no pants.
That guy stays in pants.
He sleeps in pants.
He has different pairs of pants.
I don't know if his ass has ever been out, even in private.
I also found the picture of Wally's dad. He is also wearing pants, but with suspenders.
Oh, it's a
great
proud
stash, right?
family tradition of wearing pants in the Wally household.
Known pants wearers, the Wally.
Tessie's got a whole pants and skirts and all that.
Tessie's just
His dad's name is Walter.
Does the Fanatic not wear pants?
Fanatic's a wild card. No, I think he's got pants too.
I don't think so.
Oh no, you're right. That is
Fanatic,
what he is.
Fanatic's
thinking.
ass is out.
He's like Fupa out.
Yeah, you might have mixed up your big green guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Fanatic's going dick and balls to the wind.
But even I've seen some of him. He'll put some pants on from time to time. More suspenders than pants.
That's kind of the problem, though, right? Like, you can't establish the ability to wear pants and then just not wear them most of the time.
No,
That is
agree.
actually very funny because then that confirms when he's not, like, whatever his penis is out.
I mean, he's gone shirt off too. The Fanatic doesn't have to play by the same rules as everyone else. To be
Well,
fair.
the Fanatic is like an alien. Like, for all we know, he could piss out his nose. Like, what if he doesn't have a penis?
There is something to that nose, though. It does have a bit of a.
he does
hole.
blast out of there.
It looks like it could leak something.
Yeah.
He does
he's
kind of have a butthole nose a little bit.
Yeah.
He's gone completely nude before the Fanatic. He plays by his own rules. He's a 1-on-1.
Yeah. The Fanatic is like he's like the Ozzy Osbourne of mascots.
Yeah.
He'll do some wild shit and not care about it.
You know how people want to like pipe down Miss Met?
Yeah.
The Flyers, that mascot has always
Gritty.
scared me. I used to have nightmares about him.
We met Gritty. He came to the
Gritty's
office.
only been around for like 5 years. Oh, he
Gritty's
already
very
bought
new.
Za.
Yeah.
So when I got on Zolak and Bertrand, people used to tweet that I looked like him, and then it
I
just
can
like
see that.
stuck in the back of my head. I fucking hate that thing.
Now Gritty rules
Nah, he's a
too.
good guy, yeah.
I'm gonna eliminate him.
He's got big pants guy though.
Yeah.
He does look like T.
Yeah, I
It's
see
not
the
Stardust.
resemblance, yeah.
No, he looks like Justin Turner.
Yeah, I'm seeing that as well.
They honestly make, in terms of Philly mascots, that makes the Eagles mascot just look like whatever, dude. You're just a bird. Like, this thing is really not that crazy compared to the other two.
Their mascot's Gilly the Kid. That's the Eagles mascot.
Yeah,
Mike
that's
Trout.
true. With the massive
And
hat.
Mike Trout. That's true.
He wasn't the one popping ass in that video, right?
It's probably Wallow, if I had to guess.
I'd have to look this up.
Wallow's usually the one shaking ass.
It is kind of sad that Trout is seen more on a national level in the front row at Eagles games than he is
Way
doing his
more.
own sport.
Way more. Second inning.
Next line here
Game
says the new guy stinks. Bases loaded, walk. 8-6
Hey.
Twins in the ninth. Tying run on, ground ball double play with the one guy you won up in that spot. That was Willier. Red Sox lose 8-6 to fall to 22-28.
Jerry, in sports, everyone's got a can't-miss training hack, and most of them don't actually move the needle, and it just pisses me off. You know what I mean, man? Mm-hmm. That's how I used to feel about hair growth products. A lot of hype, not a lot of results. What changed for me was learning Nutrafol isn't just another supplement. It's physician-formulated, clinically tested, and recommended by dermatologists. It's a real game plan for thinning hair. Guys, if your hair isn't playing like it did in your 20s, where T is right now, not for much longer though, it might be time for a real comeback, not another workaround, because throwing on a hat like I always do isn't a strategy. Nutrafol supports healthier hair from within. Nutrafol now offers hair growth supplements tailored to men at every single age, because the root causes of hair thinning change over time, and your routine should too, bud. Nutrafol Men for ages 18 to 49 to help improve hair growth and achieve thicker, fuller hair in 3 to 6 months. It's not a lot of months. And new Nutrafol Men 50 plus, you guessed it, the first and only hair growth product supplement specifically formulated for men over the age of 50. You can feel great about what you're putting into your body, since Nutrafol hair growth supplements are backed by peer-reviewed studies and NSF Content certified, the gold standard and third-party certification for supplements. Adding Nutrafol to your daily routine is easy. Order online. No prescription needed, with automated deliveries and free shipping to keep you, my friend, on track. Plus, with Nutrafol subscription, you can save up to 20% and get added perks to support your hair growth journey. That's my favorite part, folks. Start Nutrafol today and make the hat go away. Visit Nutrafol.com and enter promo code SECTION10 for $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code SECTION10. Now back to Section 10.
Which brings us to Saturday. T?
Thank you. Just for the Justin Slayton performance, some of the things that were going on. Velocity was down considerably. We've kind of talked about this different version of Justin Slayton since he came off the IL. It first showed up in Worcester, the velocity gains. Four-seamer down 1.4 miles per hour, sinker down a full tick. Something to keep an eye on.
Thank you.
May 23rd versus the Twins, the Red Sox did something potentially smart and moved Bello back to having an opener. Wow. Fans not even in their seats yet. RBI double for Martin. 3 batters, 3 hits.
He owns the Sox.
7 pitches, 1-0 Twins. 7 pitches, 3 hits, 1-0 Twins. Sack fly makes it 2-0. Bello could have done this. This isn't the first. I've said this a million times, but Roger Clemens belongs in a broadcast booth full time. You learn something new every time. It doesn't matter what his numbers are on the season. I feel like Taj Bradley always shoves it up the Red Sox ass. That was in the bottom of the 4th, but I mean, I think we scored runs that inning. I fucking love when Sedan goes the other way. RBI knock, WC-40 almost killed Caratini. We've got a kerfuffle on the field, whether you think that he was right or wrong. You cannot argue that WC-40 isn't a spark guy. Big time spark guy.
100% spark guy. That was the first thing that I had like rolled on during that game, by the way. And I'm like, appreciate you guys. Got the video for the day. So shout out to the Red Sox and WC-40 for doing that. I will say there's been a lot of reaction to this, obviously, and you kind of knew that was going to happen. But I haven't seen people mention this. Willson keeps inventory during the game of everything that he feels like was negative that happened towards him. And I feel like he does that more than basically anybody I can remember in Red Sox history. Ball comes up and in on him, and he's like, okay, if I get a chance, I'm probably going to knock one of you guys out. Or at least like do something where I'm going to check you or whatever. He saw that he was going to be out by a mile. Has nothing to do with his relationship with Caratini or him blocking the plate. As I die.
Just choking you.
I'm like, that has nothing to do with but the whole situation is like, yeah, in theory, he should have slid. I know Will had mentioned that on the radio broadcast, but he was intent on kind of hitting him a little bit. And I know I probably overdid it by saying that he trucked him in the caption on IG, but like that is as much of a collision that we're going to get at the plate at this point. Like we're just not going to get anything like that. Like I understand everyone's like, oh, back in the day, no, we all know that. Back in the day, it was different. That's not what it is now. I still think in the modern day of baseball, it was worthy of benches clearing, honestly. I would always say that the bullpens, just stay out there, guys. Like, no one needs you. No one's ever asked, like, I wish we had the bullpen guys here right now to settle this.
Why don't they fight each other as they're running out?
I've always thought that my whole life. It's crazy. If there was real hatred, you would just start. By the time they got the infield situated, then the umps would turn to the outfield and be like, fuck, that's a much worse situation. That was just kind of ignored.
Well, if they start fighting in the bullpens, that's going to be way more than ever happens on the field. So that would be kind of funny if, like, the position players are now running out to the pens to break it. Like, Whitlock, get off him. Get off him, dude. What are you doing? But the whole thing, I don't know. It's funny because I was talking earlier in the game that, like, I hadn't seen a fight at a game ever, and I only brought that up because there was a ball up and in on WC-40. That puts you on fight watch anytime he feels like something negative happened towards him. So it is no surprise that Wilson's in the middle of all of these, right? Like I know, heard the broadcast saying, oh, there was nothing with that slide at first base. There's always a little something with him. There's always a little something.
He's the definition of the guy you love if he's on your team. If he's
100%.
not on your team, you can't fucking stand him.
He's Rodney Harrison. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Next line here says, I thought he was super out after the replay. I disagree with myself. 3-1 Twins in the top of the 5th. Arcia with the RBI dinky-doo makes it 4-1 Twins in the 5th. Stating the obvious.
Steve?
Real quick there, Jerry. Unless was this stating the obvious about what happened there?
No.
Okay, real quick. And I didn't catch this until today because it is kind of tough when you're at the game. You miss little stuff like this. I was stunned that Wong didn't get that tag down. Like, I feel like the ball beat him by a mile. Also, very small thing, but Willier kind of took an extra second to throw the ball.
Yeah.
And what was that? Because, like, bases loaded, where else is he going there? Like, I think the only play is going to the plate. You're not trying to, like, get someone out at second or third.
I was going to put that in the notes, but it felt nitpicky, especially for like one of the only players that was good all year.
It was still a fine throw.
Yeah, it was fine,
Yeah, it was.
but I do agree that he did take a little bit of a second-ish to actually make the throw. But yeah, I don't know. Just felt nitpicky, so I left it up.
No, it is nitpicky, but like the combination of
But
that and
it's
then
true.
Wong not having the best tag, it's like those are the little things with this team that are leading to losses. You can't mess those up.
Especially when you highlight them being improved defensively. Like, those things are the difference for the way you're built.
Sure, especially on a play like
Still
that.
would have been 2-1 instead of 4-1. And when this team's down 4-1, it feels like 10-1.
Yeah. I mean, again, there's no player on this team that's immune to criticism, but I don't know. I
Willie's
just felt
been
like I was, whatever. It's Willie. He's been great.
Okay.
Stating the obvious, that's been a thing the whole season, but there are way too many guys in this lineup that you just have absolutely no confidence that they'll do anything whatsoever when they come to the plate in any situation. Just a random thought in the fifth, which is just true, and it's always been true. It's not even like, oh, this series or this game. It's like, no. Just like the whole fucking season, the lineup is
You know who reached in the fifth? Nick Sogard.
Yeah, what did he do? I was trying to, because I remember what Slayton did in front of you on Friday, but Sogard also fucked something up on Friday.
He had an error on a ball hit in front of him.
Yeah, can't do
I
that.
think it was late in the game. It was like it bounced right off his chest.
What is it with your guys not performing like the second time you've ever been there?
I don't know, man. Listen, Nick Sogard's one of the best players we have on this team right now.
Jeez.
I know.
It's sad, but it's very true.
That's why they're 20 games under 500. Bello, 92 pitches, 59 strikes, 5 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs. Neither of them earned. 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. It's a 6.43 ERA. What was up with Bello, T?
Yeah, I thought Chad Tracy wasn't super positive on the outing. Kind of really highlighted, despite no earned runs, which he got killed on that Willson Contreras error. But there was just too much traffic. 8 hits, 1 walk. I think he was just a little more lucky in this start than he had been previously. If you're looking for a pretty drastic change in anything he was doing, he stopped using the cutter, which we made fun of, I think, the last 2 episodes about how bad it's been. Or maybe that was more group chat. I can't remember.
No, we
but
did
the
on the
sweeper.
pod.
Yeah. The sweeper ticked up in a big way. It was 12% on the year. He threw it 27% of the time in this start. The cutter, it was 17% on the year. Dropped that all the way down to 2%. Saw a bit more of the changeup, 22% compared to 15 on the year. The whiffs were there, 12 whiffs, but it wasn't like a lot of them came on that sweeper. 7 on the sinker, 4 on the changeup. In terms of strike percentage, 64%, 67 first pitch strike percentage, so nothing crazy there either. But not a outing that really changed how I felt about Bello. I thought he was fine. Not as dominant as he was the first 2 times he worked as a bulk arm. But yeah, probably a guy who's looking, who's on the outside looking in once Crochet gets healthy at this point in time.
Yeah, I could see that. That's going to be an interesting thing to happen. How they handle that. I mean, not how they handle it, but I guess how he handles that.
Real quick, it's Moran, right? Pronounce it Moran.
Yeah.
Giovanni Moran.
Has he not given up a run for these openers with Bello?
No.
I feel like that's part of his experience. Like, I'm going to make sure I put one up there. See?
He has a 15 ERA in all 3 outings so far this year as an opener. No, like, genuinely. And the sad thing is,
I believe you.
He's the best left-handed
I
reliever
thought
on
it would
the
be
team.
worse.
When
Yeah.
he's a reliever, it's a 182 ERA.
What's San Diego?
Tyler right now. Are we talking like advanced metrics, or are we talking?
No, just his ERA. I thought it was lower than that.
No, it's lower than that. But in terms of like under the hood stuff,
And isn't
it's
Chapman
104
also
for San
left-handed?
Diego. Well, yeah, we're not talking like close.
So,
Let's be
so
real.
of the left-handed relievers, that he's the best at being like third best.
Yes. No, I think, listen, and I bitched about Tyler
Best
San
third,
Diego
best
going
lefty on the
down
Red
today. Like, you talk about Giovanni Moran, and the metrics underneath the hood are a lot better than even Tyler San Diego's.
Sure,
So
but
that's
you,
the tough part. I think people who are more mad about like the conversation. This is how I feel. I think people who are talking about like
if you
San
were to
Diego,
rank the lefties out of the pen,
it would
you'd
be
rank him
Chapman
first
1.
because he'd be third. And then,
We're number 1 at 3.
Yeah, it'd be Chapman 1, Moran 2, San Diego 3.
The throws with their left hand.
Yes, and Danny Coulomb would be
This
last.
side.
Coulom's for sure last. There's no
I
one's
think
arguing
that's
that.
it. I think if you look at Giovanni Moran's Savant page, you'd be very surprised.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm not going to do that.
Like 71st percentile expected ERA, 89th percentile expected batting average, 88th percentile whiff percentage, 80th K percentage, 85th percentile hard hit percentage. Like, no offense to Tyler Samaniego, it does not look that good.
100th percentile and earned runs for opener appearances.
Like,
the
for
worst
example,
opener ever.
Tyler Samaniego expected ERA is 4.73 right now.
Like, every time that Moran opens a game for Bello, it's always like, all right, so here's the plan, right? I'm going to go out there and give up 2 runs, and then we'll see if Bello can keep it going, and we'll win this game maybe 4-2, 4-3, something like that. It's just guaranteed.
He jumps ahead. He's like, I'm going to be the idiot today. Like, if you start, you're the idiot. And we all know I'm going to take that off of you so you can flourish.
You want to know the crazy part?
What?
He's like setting the bar low for him. Like, it's like a confidence boost. He's like, listen, the game's already over by the time you come in, so you can
Listen,
really
you
just
can't be much
focus.
worse than what I just did. So take it easy, man.
His stuff ticked up. Moran's fastball up 1.7 miles per hour in that inning.
Didn't
alone.
work.
He was. I know he was letting it rip.
I bet
for
the
him,
exit
though.
velo ticked up too.
Fair.
It's very funny. Like, there's no way they can figure out a Bello start. Like,
No.
there's nothing if they like had Tolle started, if something awry would go there.
Yeah. Next line here says, we've got the bases loaded, and this team is going to fuck with me and make it interesting. I just know they will. That's in the bottom of the 9th. Bases loaded walk to IKF feels like an intentional walk that they just didn't want to give him credit for. 4-2 Twins in the bottom of the 9th. I don't know what's in the air at Fenway today, but this crowd is ready to explode for some runs, and the energy is that of a game that
could
has
hear it
the
on radio.
season on the line.
9th inning was nuts.
Yeah,
I was saying
crowd
it
was
felt like a
going
World
stupid.
Series game. Well, also had
Yeah.
nothing to really be excited about throughout that
No.
game, so it kind of all culminated. And the shirts were coming off in the 9th again.
Yeah.
It was Tarps off in the 9th. Man, we
That
got to get the
crowd
Tarps
was
off earlier,
special.
clearly.
I don't know what the hell was going on. I was like, did I miss like a memo for some sort of gathering where it's like we're going
Jerry.
to really...
It's if there was volume on the crowd and the 9th inning being there, it felt like someone just cranked it. It was like, all right, like you guys haven't heard this the whole time. Everyone's gonna go fucking nuts. Like
They're
right
dying
now.
for runs. This fan base
It was
is...
for like an IKF walk.
Moment. Everyone's searching for the World Series DVD opener moment, and
Yeah.
I feel like
The
such an asshole.
Sagan
It's just
moment.
not coming. Like, all 3 of these games put it on a platter for that moment to happen, and it didn't happen any of the. They went over 3 in moments.
Especially with the amount of dudes that could have had the moment. In other games, you'll have like, all right, this is the one at bat where it can happen. There were like 10 to 15 at bats that it could have happened. Just none of them were the AB. So
If you were listening to the radio broadcast in the second game, like Will Fleming was laughing at the Twins that Derek Shelton hadn't put Taylor Rogers in the game. They're giving it to you. They're begging you to take this game. This is ludicrous. And when you still couldn't come through, it felt so shitty afterwards because it was just like, what is Derek Shelton doing? Like, he kept saying it over and over. It was hitting.
believe it.
All I could hear was Steve's impression in my head the whole time.
idiot still in the game?
How is he employed? What a moron.
Duran strikes out looking with the bases loaded. Worth a challenge, but that looked like a strike to the naked eye. And it's confirmed. Ball game over. Red Sox lose 4-2. Drop to 22-29. Which brings us to today. Today's ball game. I didn't think that they were going to play. The amount of people that were like, it looked like there was 20 people at the game, but
that might be
the
high.
amount of people that reached out and they were like, "Do you think they're going to play today? We have tickets to the game." I'm like, all those people, I'm assuming, just didn't go because the weather sucked.
It was bad.
Weather
The new
fucking
thing
sucked.
is, like, with these games, and I think it's because people got so pissed at the Red Sox a couple weeks ago, very fair that they did, is that these games where it's the last one of the season between them, they're going to do just about whatever they can so they don't have to do it on a day off or find a way in the schedule to make it work. So, like, this is like the Philly series? It was the same way, the finale, where no matter what, they're going to fucking play. They don't care if it's 6 innings and they're out. And I think arguably maybe the way Tracy managed at times was kind of playing to that, thinking like, all right, they're going to probably end this thing as soon as possible.
Okay, here we go. May 24th, 21st. Versus the Twins. The calls for blowing this team up and waving the white flag are becoming more prominent. and I can't say that I disagree with them at this point. Unless the Red Sox win today, then I will delete this note. The note is still there. So, yeah.
Not looking good.
Next line here says, Sonny Gray out there auditioning for the Cubs. Go get him. That's not going to get me a good prospect. Clemens with an RBI knock makes it 1-0 Twins. The top of the first. Next line here says, Massa just hit his first home run of the season, about 2 rows shy of the red seat. That made it 1-1 in the bottom of the second. Massa wearing the Wally head makes me so happy. He just looks so cute.
It doesn't fit.
That's why it's cute. It's just he's such a cute fella, especially when
he looks the most like
Wally
a kid, and then he still did like that leg celly they do. T, do you know what that is?
No, I saw it and I was like, I've seen this a few times now. I have no idea what it means, but I think I've only seen Massa do it.
Oh, other players are doing it when they get to second. They're doing the lean thing, and Roman was even doing it before he got hurt. So I don't know. I was kind of like when they were just doing the Roman dances, but not as cute when he's in the dugout.
Yeah. Larnick with an RBI knock, 2-1 Twins in the third. Should have been a double play, but went off Sonny's foot. Then an infield hit, bases loaded, double play, but scores a run. It's 3-0 Twins. I mean, by this point, I'm like, yeah, this game's fucking over. But then, WC-40, 2-run bomb. He's one of maybe 3 guys that are capable of a big swing in this lineup. He's been everything the Red Sox hoped he would be, and probably more, if we're being honest. It's not his fault that the Red Sox offense stinks. It's 3-3 in the bottom of the fourth. Did I see somewhere that he's on pace to have a career high in homers?
Oh, yeah, easily.
Feels about right.
Right now, he has 11 homers in 50 games. Last year, he had, what was it?
He's never
20,
hit 30, right?
Yeah, he's never hit 25. 24 was his max in 2019. Usually, and like knock on wood, you can hear it, like he's had injury concerns, but I think also part of it is like he's pretty far away from the catching version of himself. So it's easier to stay healthy when you're playing first base. And dude, he has to feel good if he's sliding headfirst into first base. Like the guy isn't scared to dive. He's jumping all over the place. But right now, yeah, he's on a 30 homer pace.
Pretty crazy. Loomer is emotional seeing Massa go the other way for a wall ball double. I happen to agree. RBI knock for Cello drives in Massa. That's 4-3 Sox in the bottom of the fourth. Sonny Gray's day is over kind of quick. 75 pitches, 45 for strikes, 4 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 Ks, 3.27 ERA. T, what was going on with Sonny Gray?
Yeah, he talked about it after the game. The cutter was the only thing he felt like he could throw for strikes, and that's why the pitch usage is the way it was. 33% cutter, 21% curveball, 17% sinker, 13% four-seamer, 12% sweeper, 3% changeup. Only 6 whiffs, 2 on the curveball, 2 on the sweeper, 1 on the cutter, and 4-seamer. So not quite the swing and miss stuff that we had seen over his last couple starts. Velocity was down a tick. I think the rain was probably the reason for that. And Gray's 33% usage on the cutter was up from 24% on the year. He stayed away from the four-seamer. Sinker wasn't as prevalent as it was against the Phillies. He kind of lessened up on it his last start out as well. But yeah, and he was, just in terms of pounding the zone, not the guy he's been. 9 of 19 first pitch strikes, 47%, 60% strike percentage overall. Lowered his strike percentage to 63% on the year. He's been at 66 the last 2 years. So that kind of shows you he just wasn't the version of Sonny Gray that we've seen, and he seemed just very beat down by the weather conditions. And Chad Tracy didn't even let him have a chance to talk himself into another inning. When he walked down the dugout in the fourth, he told them, "You're done." Right to the dugout.
I will give Sonny credit because he's always super honest in the postgame, and I know there's a version of this fan base that's like, "Oh, don't blame the weather." It's okay to say that it sucked. And he was directly asked about the rain. He was like, it was brutal, just brutal. He said brutal like 20 times. Yeah, I was like, okay.
And he tried, the first time he mentioned, he was like, hey, we all played through it. And then they kept being like, all right, how bad was it? And he was like,
it couldn't have been worse. Dude. Couldn't have been worse. And same with Whitlock too. Whitlock was a little snappy in the postgame, which I had to really.
The Catillo moment. I was like, I've never seen Garrett Whitlock act like that. He's kind of known as the nice guy. And Catillo goes, yeah, you had a couple sweepers that, was the location the problem.
Was it location that was the issue? And he goes, what do you mean?
And then he goes, it's not a sweeper, it's a slider, which, Garrett, you threw sweepers the last couple of years, dude. Let's not act like this is some fucking crazy thing. And by the way, the pitches were down the dick. Catillo was 100% right.
But he even then admitted it. Whitlock did, where he was like, after a while, he was just like, yeah, so it actually was location. So I'm like, oh, so you just wanted to be pissed.
That's it. It was
you just
like
wanted to be pissed off.
He was doing the Cora, like just busting Catillo's balls for the fun of it.
And he was even Alana too. Alana had asked the question. He was just like, whatever. It was wet. It was bad. Like giving him like 2-word answers. And I'm not getting Whitlock's the nicest guy ever. It's more when the nicest guy ever is snappy. I'm like, whoa, like, what's going on?
It stood
here?
out.
A little bit weird.
Yeah.
When it's a miserable season and you're one of the guys who usually has been a steadying, consistent producer, someone who's helped you win in your part of the reason you lost, like, yeah, I can get being like, man, nothing we do is right. Like, I don't want to answer any fucking questions right now.
That's like when you talk about the way they lost the first and third game, man, like those are games that the way they have been playing should be automatic almost. Like genuinely things you don't even think about as wins. And they just pissed down their leg completely. Slayton and Whitlock, like we're all talking second best bullpen in baseball coming into this series. And it's just those are going to happen over 162, but with the hole you dug for yourself and how little margin for error there is when stuff like this happens, it feels disastrous. It feels like the fucking world is falling on you because you can't afford for anything to go wrong at this point, and this team's just not good enough to live in that reality.
Next line here says, yeah, so as I was saying, this new guy stinks. That was in the 6th. Whitlock gives up the new guy's run. Duran actually kind of saved that from being a 2-run knock. Instead, it's 4-4 in the 6th. Tough play for Cap at the dish.
Horrendous.
Bobbled to throw it home. Runner would have been out by a mile. Chucks it to second. Tag doesn't get there. Nightmare scenario at 6-4 Twins.
Real quick, Jerry, I do think one of the most overrated things that people say about baseball is make sure you catch with 2 hands. I always think that's like, no. There, yes. Like that where it's a slick surface today, the ball is wet. The fact that he's just he could have easily scooped that puppy and then put the tag on. He had enough time to do it. Not the best. It sucks. I fucking love Cap. Not the best season for Cap right now. It's unfortunate.
No.
It's tough with him too because like you try to evaluate him as a catcher, right? Like in the offense, it hasn't been great, but it's like an 80. Yeah, but it's an 80 WRC plus.
Believer.
Yeah. Like, I don't have a high bar for what you need to do offensively to be a starting catcher. I think he's been a little bit of a victim, too, of, like, the team not being able to survive offensively, so you're going to get Connor Wong for stretches, but his defensive metrics are where they were a year ago. Like, I think they're just so desperate right now that's why you have Wong and Gasper eating into some of that stuff because you got to try everything
You
at
need to
your
get a
disposal.
fucking slugger like Connor Wong in there.
If I was the Red Sox, like, when eventually the time comes for a roster decision, I'd have Mickey Gasper as the backup over him. I don't know why you wouldn't. What does Connor Wong do that Mickey Gasper
can't? 3
can't?
backup catchers. Like there's
Narvaez is good enough to be your starting catcher if the rest
I
of the
agree.
team was a real major league team.
Yeah.
They're not. There's 2 years in a row they've needed him to be like well above his average.
Yeah, needed him to basically
carry
be an
the
all-star.
Like, keep in mind right now, qualified catchers, there's 11 in the big leagues, and 10 and 11 are Cal Raleigh with a 64 WRC plus, and Salvador Perez is 62.
And Perez is doing a lot of DH too, so he doesn't
Yeah.
really count.
Like Carter Jensen's at 99. I know Raleigh's hurt. If we make it unqualified and we do 50, he would still rank. Yeah, he'd be right around like 28 to 30.
Next line here says Sedan just got robbed of a double, maybe a triple, and that certainly would have scored Duran all the way from first if the ball got down. Props to Austin Martin on that catch. That was in the bottom of the 8th. Almost, he basically made like an over-the-shoulder, like over his fucking head kind of catch in the right field corner there. Leadoff triple for Nick Sogard in the bottom of the 9th, and I'm not sure why this guy wasn't here all year.
Mm-hmm.
Am I wrong? You agree?
Can I do a quick stat clarification?
Sure.
No.
On that Narvaez, I did a bad job with the plate appearances. Let's do 110. I think that's a good split for where players are at. He's 19th in WRC plus. I think that's a better way to paint. Elite defensively, he's been about a bottom 10-ish bat at catcher. But still, that's good enough to survive, where if you look at the WAR overall for him, he is 17th, 16th. But Nick Sogard should have been on this team, and the fact that IKF was given $6 million when you had Nick Sogard here.
I mean, not only that, you traded Kyle Harrison for Durbin.
Yeah, even if you wanted to platoon those two, like I think that could have made some sense if you were trying to look at like ways to do it, or Sogard pairing with someone else. You know, I understand not wanting to give
Sogard
him
and Harrison. Like,
sure,
could have just done that.
I think they believe Sogard was a better player than that. I think that's their issue.
Durbin.
But yeah, Durbin. I think Sogard, like, if you took Nick Sogard and you put him in 2008, he's a second baseman for 10 years in the league, and nobody ever thinks about it. I think he's a victim of today's game where he gets kind of penciled into a utility role, and those guys just don't get a lot of jump.
IKF just hit what would have been a walk-off 3-run bomb if it were a summer night, but instead drives in one, and then Wong just got cut down at the plate. I'm super confused because Will Fleming had it as a tie game on the radio. I go and watch the video, and that might have been the worst send to ever do it. Very confusing. I couldn't find the audio anywhere, but the radio broadcast, I was like, we tied it, but we're losing? What just fucking happened? I was like,
I would have thought Wong should have scored. I think this is bad on both of them. I think Epperson, shitty send, read the situation. Connor Wong just never read the ball off. Like, he thought it was like a fly out. Like, I don't know what you're doing, man.
We've had so many situations like this as Red Sox fans where the ball's off the bat, and we just know that thing's hitting the wall. That thing is going to scrape the wall, and then it might even get out. And for Connor Wong, and I was thinking this when it happened, I'm like, he better be busting his ass right now because he's the game-tying run, and there's no way they're catching this ball. When the video the Twins put out there,
it was horrendous.
Terrible. It looks terrible on him. Like he looked like a road player that doesn't know the park. This is your 6th season playing here. I flipped the percentage to him in terms of the blame game. Like I know it's a terrible send and all that, but it's like, dog, you should have been past third base without having to even have a controversial send at that point. Really bad.
It reminded me of two things. Like, I think the perfect example of what it should look like when a ball is going to the monster, and it's that situation in the 9th. Marathon Monday 2013. Yeah. Pedroia at first base when Napoli shoots the ball off the monster. Go away. Like, he knew, never stopped. All the way, he was scoring no matter what. The game I went to and you guys went to when you took the picture of me that day, when Reese McGuire, it reminded me of that too. Like, it was kind of all those situations, like the worst end and the best end.
But this is part of what pisses me off the most, that the Red Sox have the worst home record in baseball. This is part of Fenway that you're supposed to know. This is part of the home field advantage that you're supposed to have. And instead, you're out there kind of looking like, I don't really know. You're the tie and run, brother. You got to bust your ass there. Like, there's no excuse for that at all. And this whole series, there's just little stuff like that consistently where it's like, this is why you're losing these games. Just really, really bad.
Also, to defend the send, it was fucking pouring. The pitcher had just balked because he couldn't stand on the mound without falling down.
Well, I think that's the worst.
That was after.
I guess that happened right after that.
Yeah,
that happened right after that. My apologies. Still, it had been bad weather all game to that point. Like, you knew that. Like, that's a perfectly fine send. The throw wasn't exactly on line. It just beat him because he was lollygagging.
Yep. Well, you look at it and you're like, well, does something like the Narvaez situation happen to them, right? Where it's like shitty conditions and the ball pops out. I still think Epperson should have been able to read the situation and know Wong just got a bad read on it, but I think it's bad all the way around. But Wong deserves more blame than he's gotten.
I mean, the other layer of it for Epi is like, this is the worst runners in scoring position team like ever. So it's like, let's try to get this now because there's a good chance this runner is going to be stranded if, I just leave it up to the next couple of guys.
It just sucks for him when right after you get the balk, or even Duran. I know some people are like, get out of the way. Like, listen, man, be in the box when you got a fucking breaking ball coming in on you. Like, be realistic there about what you want to happen.
I'll absolutely take that one. He just struck out. Then was it the night before in the same situation?
Yeah, challenge and ended up losing. And
at that point, like, the game's over.
Go for it.
Like, you don't get to keep it for the next game.
Also, even Raffaello. Good swing on the ball.
The hustle out of the box people for IKF, he got to second base. Where the fuck else do you think he was going to go?
Right.
I did bring up in the post game that if they threw to second, he would have been out. It's like, I do get that part of it, but if we're playing the results, he's at the base he's supposed to.
I would have been fine with that. That means the run scores. That would have been great.
Yeah, true. Yeah, give me the out.
If he runs harder out of the box, does Wong react differently?
I don't think because Wong's not looking at him.
I don't know.
He probably passes Wong, and they're both out. That's probably what happened.
Like,
Probably.
if IKF is, like, out of the box, like, moving, like, is Wong like, fuck, dude, I better get moving a little quicker.
In terms of us, like, knowing these players and their tendencies, obviously IKF has only been here for a couple of months, but, like, we've seen him playing before. He's not the guy to watch a ball. That's why I'm like, this is a walk-off. There's, like, no way that IKF, of all people, is going to be this cocky for a swing. I thought the game was over.
The way he dropped the bat, I was like, oh, my God. I was like, IKF's about to own me, bro. I was like, 6 God. Go 6 God. I would have been so happy.
They kept the camera on him for, like, 20 minutes, too. I'm like, oh, this thing has to be out of here. It's like, what? Off the wall?
Then when they cut to it, it's the most rain-soaked lens you've ever seen. I'm like, was it caught? Did the ball explode? I see no ball anymore.
Well, Jerry had said on Twitter that it was only a couple inches away. I'm like, I don't think it was, but I can't disprove you. I have no idea where that hit on the wall.
It wasn't that close.
I think it was by like the monster.
Yeah,
on the
like
monster.
middle of the wall.
But still, it was certainly high enough on the wall where Wong's got to know that's hitting the wall. Like, come on, man, that is not even close to the warning track.
But that's also
He's
the
been here
play.
since 21.
I know, just 6. Come on.
Wong takes off there, and the ball dies, and it's caught by the left fielder, who then doubles him off at first. Like, that's what happens if he takes off. Like, they can't do anything right.
Yeah, gone in 0 ballparks. By the way, I was a little surprised at that.
What was the expected batting average? Do you have that, Steve?
290 or something.
Yeah, so like a big reaction for a ball
that's shockingly low for
Yeah.
a double.
For that reaction off the plate, I thought it would have been 1,000. Like, come on.
Oh, my God. The base running of Pedroia in 13 on Marathon Monday, dude, that is exactly what they could.
That's a real team. You can't compare this to real baseball.
Real players.
Like, that, it's almost an identical ball. It's right off the middle of the monster. And Pedroia's at third base when the ball hits the fucking glove.
Also, the collision at home plate that you played, that you tweeted out of, like, Veritek getting trucked at home plate, and he just, like, rolls over and gets up, shows the ump the ball, and is like, all right, yep, let's get back to it. Puts the mask back on. Like, it's not like, you motherfucker. Like, he was just like, yep, just ate that.
It's the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you tweeted out, I was like, damn, that had to be a pretty decent clip for Jared to care to post it himself.
Yeah, I mean, because, I like, it's crazy that we're, like, I remember, obviously, that whole entire era, but it's insane to me that the way that the game was played is so foreign now. Like, it feels like forever ago, but I remember it was like yesterday at the same time.
The way we watch all of these seasons, we take them in as if they're all kind of connected to each other. And I think sometimes you lift your head up with something like this and you're like, holy shit, that's how they played baseball when I was a kid. This isn't like when our dads were when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, they were just trucking dudes and being like, all right, let's play some ball. Here we go.
Yeah.
You know, it was just normal.
And it definitely caused fights in the past. Let's not pretend like
of course. It's not like they all were just like, you're the best. Thanks for fucking killing me.
That was
It's been
Michael
15
Barrett and
years.
AJ Pierzynski. He fucking punched him in the face over it.
I bet.
It's been
Napoli,
15 years since the Buster Posey play.
Napoli got trucked once, I think, when he was in Texas when he was still catching, and he had a wad in, and it got sent right down his throat. Like, he stood up, he was
feels
like,
like
wasn't
a
I
bad
packing a lip?
Oh, yeah.
Play some ball.
Anyways, the Red Sox are going to tie this game because of some rain fuckery. We've got Box. We've got HBPs at Duran's feet. Mother Nature is the only way the Red Sox can win this game. And the Red Sox lose 6-5, 22-30 on the season. Twins sweep them at home.
This game was over the second that ball hit Jarren Duran. Like, in another season, a different universe, kind of.
It skips past and it's a tie game.
It skips past and they win. This team, nope, you're not getting that. It's hitting the guy's foot, and the next guy's obviously not getting the job done.
No. I mean, yeah, I look at this series, and Friday night, you're up 4-1. You have Tolle on the mound. It's the Fenway Greens. You should win that game. Saturday, less, because I was talking to Plouffe, and he was like, you pretty much could have won every single one of those games. It's like, Friday, we should have won. Yeah. Saturday, there was a comeback situation mounting in the ninth inning, but, like, the way that it played out, I'm not like, man, we should have won that one. It was like,
Correct.
We didn't have the right guys coming up in those spots to where I felt like, man, it wasn't like Ortiz punched out and it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know, I was just like,
Well, also, like 12-5 in hits. Like the Twins were getting on base a lot.
Yeah,
more
like sure, the Red Sox made it a lot closer than it actually was. Like 4-2, it didn't feel like that, and I didn't feel like the Red Sox should have won.
And it was a Bello game, so it was like a heavy 4. Like it felt like way more than 4.
Yeah, and then Sunday, to what I just kind of said in the notes, if the Red Sox had come back and won that game, I mean the IKF thing, sure, I'll take that. That's like your Brandon Phillips home run in Atlanta, where it's like, how the fuck did this just happen? But after the IKF situation, if the Red Sox had won that game, it would have just simply been because it was raining out and it played into their favor. They didn't really deserve to win that game either. So I don't know. 1 out of 3 feels more appropriate.
I mean, they held the what was it, 4-3 or 3-3? Like this wasn't.
They held the lead. It was 3-3.
Yeah, this wasn't.
They had 4-3.
They had 4-3 after that. Yeah.
This wasn't like a game they didn't deserve to win.
I think
they were
that game played
certainly
out how
not
you
the
kind
better
of expected
team
to.
on Sunday.
No, I wouldn't say that either.
For a
But
good
like
chunk.
They gave it away. They gave the
Saturday felt like the game they got like destroyed. They didn't feel like they got destroyed in the first and third game.
game away. That's what's so painful. They felt like games you should have won. Like you did enough based on the way you've lost this year. Saturday is a way you lose constantly. Friday and Sunday is supposed to be the ways. Holy shit, you showed up, you scored enough. How did you not win? And it was the bullpen blowing it of all things.
I would say for getting swept, this is about as close as you can come to winning a series. When you get
Seriously, that's a great way to frame
Yeah.
it.
Like the Yankees sweep, we were in none of those games at any point.
It was that had sweep written all over it, and they deserved it. But
Yeah. This
one was
felt
just
like,
weird.
I don't know, very, very frustrating. Like I'm sure they're tired of it too. Like I'm sure they're in these situations like, well, obviously we're not going to win this. Like just at that point, like
it wears on you. Like we've seen enough of these teams where like you have that clubhouse thinking, oh, we're winning this kind of a game. Like that. There's a lot of Red Sox teams that we've watched that know they're going to win this game and that do win this game. And this is just not one of those teams.
21
also-
wins this game.
Oh, yeah. It was just
18
depressing.
wins this game by
Oh,
about
I don't even
10.
like bringing up 18 and compare. That's not fair at all. 20,
They win 13-1.
18, they're on a 12-game winning streak right now.
Yeah.
All in the same 30-minute span. You have the Orioles who walk it off. Judge walks it off for the Yankees, and it's like, all right, everyone's having fun but us.
I don't know if the Orioles are having fun. Please don't
They
put
did
in
today.
the paper that Orioles fans are
Listen.
having fun. They're kind of in the
They
same
jumped the Sox.
Agreed.
situation as we are with, like, their young talent has been pissing them off, too.
Sad thing is they have more wins than you right now. And
Sure, but they don't expect to be down here, let alone, I mean, they were bad last year, too. So they thought this was going to be the bounce back. They spent some money, and it just hasn't mattered yet. I'm not saying their season's over, but I know I follow Orioles fans. Like, I know how they feel.
Oh, definitely. They're not happy, but that's all I'm saying. We were talking about being in third place. You're back in last place at this point.
I mean, even when we said third place last episode, it was like by the time this episode ends, it might be fourth place.
Yeah.
So
So as much as
too
you want to
upset.
sit there and like be upset, like, yeah, man, things are starting to slip. Like they are getting very close to slipping all the way out because you're back at the basement again. You're back at the bottom, and if you lose tomorrow, you'll be at your new rock bottom for the season, and that would be 9 games below 500. Or excuse me, Tuesday.
Let's go Red Sox.
Pretty bad.
It stinks.
We're going to change the vibes a week from today, though.
Oh, yeah. Blue Moon, baby.
I'm excited.
Do we get a Chapman out and a new Chapman in? Is that how we change the vibes? Not that our current Chapman's the issue at all.
These would be separate deals.
Yes, obviously. Definitely
I was
separate
like, how are
deals.
you orchestrating this, Coley?
Listen, I actually think the San Francisco Giants would jump at that just because they'd be able to turn around Aroldis and get way more for him than they could get from Matt. So that would be a bad trade for Craig. But like that's the level of buy I'm interested in. Get a Matt Chapman. I don't care what he's hitting this year. I know T's about to hammer.
He's
me
been
with
good
the-
recently.
Sure, but on the season he's not.
Oh, no. 87 OPS plus for the year, but last 7,
he's our
400.
cleanup hitter with that.
Fair. 400, 483, 560. Even over his last 15, he has like a 755 OPS. That would be fantastic here.
Thrilling. And I don't care about his arm yips either. Like, put him at third, next to Marcelo. That's my left side of the infield.
Yeah. To me, if you were to trade for Matt Chapman, you're essentially reversing your mistake on Alex Bregman in a lot of ways.
I think you're reversing your mistake on Matt Chapman when he was a free agent in the first place.
Sure. I think you're just signing or this way, you're taking on a contract, but it's a guy in his mid-30s who's a third baseman who plays well above average defense, some of the best in the league, but there's some things offensively that have not gone great for him this year, and I guess you would relate to Alex Bregman in certain ways, even though Bregman's been better than him this year. There's more potential thump there in terms of homers.
Yeah, I want to find his Fenway numbers. I don't know. I just like his swing. I know it doesn't always work, but I do just like it.
I would take Matt Chapman.
That'd be great. I don't have any confidence that I don't know. I don't have any confidence that a deal will be made at this stage of the game.
Things didn't go well for Breslow and the Giants last time. Breslow wasn't the one who finished the deal. It was John Henry.
What do you mean?
John Henry called them the Giants owner called John Henry and said, the deal's not getting done because Craig wants too much back. And if we're taking on the contract, we are not giving anything more up.
Which, to be fair to Craig, completely reasonable request by him.
Agreed. I agree. The issue was his issues with Devers led to all of this. And
no doubt. Oh, yeah. Trust me. I'm not giving him a pass for that deal. Please don't put that in the paper.
No.
But, he was right to want more. He was correct. That was the correct thing to say at that point in time.
It seemed like he was holding out for Bryce Eldridge, who is now a bench player for them in the worst usage I've ever seen of a young baseball player in my whole life. They're like, what's the role here? He's just going to hang out with us, man. That's it. He's going to vibe and enjoy.
Feels kind of old school, honestly.
Really, it does. It's weird.
Would you like Matt Chapman, Jerry? I don't know about you, but I like keeping my money where I can see it. Unfortunately, traditional big wireless carriers also seem to like keeping my money too. After years of overpaying for wireless, I finally got fed up with crazy high wireless bills, bogus fees, and these quote-unquote free perks that actually cost more in the long run. And I switched myself over to Mint Mobile. I mean, genuinely, I was spending $250,000 a month. That's 250 bones for the layman on my former traditional big wireless. And I put big in quotations because the thing with Mint Mobile that people don't like to talk about, all plans that they offer come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. So all these other wireless carriers that want to puff their chest out, pretend to be the big guys, why don't you have the nation's largest 5G network like we do over at Mint? Riddle me that. Stop overpaying for wireless just because that's how it's always been. Mint Mobile exists purely to fix that. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you with premium wireless plans starting at $15 a month. Just 1 month, $15. Bring your own phone and number. Activate with eSIM in minutes and start saving immediately. There are no long-term contracts or hassle. Ditch overpriced wireless and get 3 months of premium wireless service from Mint Mobile for $15 a month. If you like your money, Mint Mobile is for you. Shop plans at mintmobile.com/section10. That's mintmobile.com/section10. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 month, 5 gigabyte plan required. New customer offer for first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees are extra. See Mint Mobile for details. Just, I'm not saying we're getting them or not, but would that do anything for you?
Not really, just because I guess I would need to know, like, what are you giving up in that deal? Because right now it's like, yeah,
Nothing.
Caleb Durbin can't hit for fucking shit, but he's played a great third base defensively. So
Sure.
You would bring in Matt Chapman to play a great third base, but he also isn't hitting. So I don't know. If any valuable assets are going out, I would really like to have like a slam dunk guarantee that you're going to be able to help right now.
But no one's.
He only has one dinger.
I know. I was kind of shocked when I just saw that. Too.
So does Caleb Durbin.
His came off, I assume, a real player.
I would think so.
That you wouldn't have to give up anything in this. It would genuinely be them being like, we just need some salary relief. Like, if anything, you might be able to give them a Story Yoshida, just the way they gave you a Jordan Hicks last year.
It'd be $25 million for 27, 28, 29, and 30.
Yeah, I'll do that. 400?
Yeah.
Take
Or
that. Because you also have an, like, my thing with that
112.
is you have an answer at a position moving forward where they really don't have a lot of those. Like Matt Chapman, Willson Contreras, Marcelo Meyer at one of the two infield positions wherever he ends up settling. Like defensively, that plays for me for the next few years. With enough pop from my corners where I'm okay with that.
That is a very old infield, though. If you were to have those 3 out of 4, and then what do you do with Arias? I guess would be my.
You don't trade him.
Do you just kill? Like, I guess Trevor Story could just like.
He just kill him.
Go away.
But even he's got 1 year left. Like that's not a long-term problem. If in his last year you don't feel comfortable benching that guy, I don't know what to tell you. Or platooning him with Meyer next year.
I think he's going to be in for a rude awakening even when he returns, unless Meyer, which this could very well happen. Meyer might just fall on his face the next 2 months, and you're having real conversations about what to do with him.
That's so depressing.
That's why I think you go get a Matt Chapman. Like, let the kids grow without needing everything from them.
But is that more of a reason to go get a Matt Chapman or more of a reason to go get a Zach Neto?
But those are different price points. Like that's
100%.
not the same conversation to me. That's a true buy. I don't view Matt Chapman as a buy. That's you flexing your financial superiority that you have over other teams and being like, we can take this on because A, we didn't sign this position in the offseason. We didn't address it really at all until the season had started. That addressing we did stinks out loud. So yeah, let's fix that. And it's a rare opportunity where you get to go fix it because another team has a mistake that they're trying to fix themselves.
Yeah, depending on what you end up doing at the deadline with money, it would push you over the third luxury tax, which pushes you 10 picks back. So I think that would factor into a lot of the conversation too. But I don't think. I guess you could move those other veterans and bring Chapman in and say, hey, we're trying to compete, but we're also making the move for the next couple of years. It's tricky. But if the models didn't like Bregman, I don't know how they like Chapman.
It's what, $80 million less? And 2 years less?
A little. Once you start doing like the deferrals for Bregman, it brings his deal down.
Sure, but regardless, you're still going to have to pay it.
Yeah, it's
his
not
AAV
quite
is
on
higher
that
than
level.
25.
Let me see. I have to check the numbers off the top of my head. It was 70 million deferred. Let me see. AAV. I feel like I remember someone having it at like 20, like mid 20s.
Okay, so maybe it was 25.
Give me a
I don't
minute.
know. All I'm saying is that's not like a party starter for me. I love Matt Chapman, great player.
I'm not saying it makes you a title contender, but it's like can we trend more towards competence? Can we be that, like someone who could theoretically come up in a big spot and play charge?
I think if you showed Caleb Durbin and Matt Chapman and covered up their numbers, you'd like a lot of folks would be. I don't find it difficult to determine who is who.
Where this guy has a 50 point higher OPS plus.
Yeah,
their resumes would look a lot different.
Yeah, like Durbin has been.
I'm talking about this season.
Worst hitter in baseball, Dad, but like,
sure,
we're still not talking about like even a league average bat right now.
Just looking. I got to verify I'm a human.
All right, so then I'll ask you guys: what player would it be that would actually excite you? That's realistic.
It's hard to know who's realistic right now. I mean, you know where I stand on the hypothetical shit, but realistic is unrealistic because Craig's not going to give up what he has to get a player in May.
So 24 hits to 45 hits 234 batting average to 166, 330. This is all just this season. This isn't career, obviously. 313 on base to 244, 328 slug to 241, 641 OPS to 485. Like, it's pretty drastic improvements across the board, even if it's not a like all worlds performance, and it's still one win more, 1.4 WAR to 0.4.
At least
Yeah,
he's
I
not
don't know.
negative. That shows you how good he is defensively, that he's not a negative WAR this year.
Sure, good on him. But I'd say doubly for Chapman if we're saying his numbers are down and it's still a full win more. And he had some throwing issues earlier in the year that I'm pretty sure he's ironed out. But yeah, outside of that, like the reason I bring him up is because of, I believe, of his attainability compared to, like when people are throwing around like Bobby Witt, I'm like, who started this? It was how I felt about the fucking Caminero stuff in the offseason, T. I was like, where did this come from? Who, like, I know the Rays are biblically cheap, but like this would be rare even for them if they're ready to move on Caminero 1 year in.
Yeah, that felt absolutely insane at that point in time.
Yeah. I don't know anyone else, like, right now, teams are itching to move. Like, I go to the Giants because they're in a similar situation than us. But, I said it last episode, I'll keep saying it. I'll take their whole fucking infield if they want to move it. I would gladly make that swap.
Yeah, I'm curious. I think if they were going to do something like that, I wouldn't expect them to add money in a significant way. I think they'd be looking for a controllable position player, probably in the infield to match what they have in the outfield. That gives them like an anchor or something they can depend on moving forward. Yeah, the only like Pena, Neto are like the two that continue to come to me, like shortstops. Guys that you can hope for to hit, but both guys that have very aggressive approaches as well. Beyond that, yeah, those are kind of the ones that are just loud for me. I really don't have a ton of other stuff. Like Matt Shaw in like another reality, like you could bring him in and he'd be a young player, but another guy who is probably closer to your Roman Anthony, Marcelo Meyer tier of young players needing to figure it out at the big leagues. But we know they liked Matt Shaw over the offseason, and with Nico Horner extended over there, like, yeah, you should have that conversation. Like, if Paredes comes here, would they be better? Yes. Is anyone, like, dramatically feeling one way or the other? No.
I'd probably rather prefer Chapman to Paredes, honestly.
Don't you need pop, though? Like, how is Chapman helping? You already have defense and no pop.
He's got one home run this year. That's not like his
Pop
career.
potential.
What did he do last year in the Blue Jays? Like 38?
Yeah, he's been a 20. I think he had 27 his first year in San Fran and 21 last year.
Consistently 20-something, yeah.
36 was in Oakland. So he for his 162 game average, he's a 28 home run a year guy.
Yeah.
I like Paredes.
I'm not out on him,
yeah.
but like I would rather Chapman.
I think, yeah. I like Chapman. There would be some nervousness to me, but I still think there's going to be enough value there, even if maybe the last 2 years of that deal aren't ideal. I would rather they trade for someone, though, that is in their prime and like going to be here beyond next year. Like even Paredes, he has a $13.35 million team option for 27.
Okay. It's going to be plenty of time.
Oh,
Go ahead, T. Yep.
You, Jared.
I will kill you.
The Nolan Arenado thing. I don't know. I wonder if that's one of their moves. He's had a bit of a revitalization in Arizona. Thank you. While playing in elevation again. I don't know. They're playing good baseball right now, so I don't think that's on the table. But if they were to fall off,
Yeah, we'll find out.
we know Breslow's at least had interest there before.
As has he.
Bring Manny back. I don't know.
Okay.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Stop and Shop supermarkets have a major announcement. We repeat, don't shop for your groceries anywhere else.
Yeah, Stop and Shop. Yeah, Stop and Shop. And what's great about these tangerines, look how easy they peel. Just like that. And loaded, I mean loaded with nutritional value. Yeah, Stop and Shop.
Double kill. What's better than having a Stop and Shop, getting it done for all of you?
The Stop and Shop look ahead, brought to you by Stop and Shop. Head on down to Stop and Shop right now. You get 10 cents off your tangerines when you buy at least 5 pounds of tangerines only at Stop and Shop. Red Sox and Braves. Okay. No game on Memorial Day, though. Memorial Day is tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Memorial Day.
Yep.
Today. Yes, the Braves are coming to town, and I want to say Wednesday is the Views. We're back. Ooh. Little Views game.
So if you say Ohtani, you're technically a broadcaster. How does that work?
Well, that's game 2, right?
Sure, but you got to think they're running those again for every game.
I've only seen it for openers that are on national TV so far, but we'll see.
All right. Here we go.
That'd be great if Kalshi was just like, yeah, like if the word fart penis is said on unobstructed
0.1%, you're making millions of dollars. So like, we should probably look into this.
You're like, you know what, man? Bale's looking like a fart penis out there. Like,
no other way to say it. Everyone would have described it like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, you're fired. It's like, doesn't matter. Just hit.
Literally just made $8 million.
I just bought the station, actually, so
you're fired.
Yeah.
Folks, life insurance isn't about expecting the worst, but it's about making sure the people you love and care about are supported no matter what. Ethos makes getting life insurance fast and easy, 100% online, which I feel like that's my whole life. It's just 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. There's no medical exam. You just answer a few simple health questions. You can get up to $3 million in coverage. Is that a lot of coverage, Steve?
A ton of coverage.
Some policies as low as $30 a month. That is a beautiful price. Ethos has 4.8 out of 5 stars on Trustpilot with over 3,000 reviews. Protect your family with life insurance from Ethos now by going to ethos.com/section. Take 10 minutes to get covered today with life insurance through Ethos. Get your free quote at ethos.com/section. That is ethos.com/section. Application times vary. Rates also may vary. Ethos. Now back to the show.
Okay. It's Ranger Suarez versus Spencer Strider. 6:45 start on Tuesday. It's Connolly Early versus Bryce Elder in the middle game, the Views game, 6:45 as well. And then Payton Tolle versus Chris Sale. That's going to be a great start. 4:10. I don't like that start time. 4:10 on a what, Thursday? Why?
Better than some of these finales, dude. The getaways, they've been starting to like 7:40, 7:10. I'll take the afternoon.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. Ranger Suarez is 2-2 with a 2.40 ERA, a 1.01 WHIP, and an 8 strikeouts per 9. It's a 1.12 ERA, 2.35 FIP on the season if you remove the first 2 starts. Those were stinkers. A 1.12 ERA if you take away his first 2 starts. He's only allowed 5 earned runs in 7 starts in this span. Spencer Strider is 2-0 with a 3 ERA, a 1.14 WHIP, and an 11.6 strikeouts per 9. The Braves have won all 4 of his starts this year, even when he allowed 3 home runs in his last start. He did go 5 1/3, 3 hits, 1 earned, 3 walks, 4 Ks versus the Red Sox the last time these two teams met. Connolly Early, 4-2 with a 3.33 ERA, a 1.19 WHIP, and an 8.3 strikeouts per 9. He was okay against the Braves last week. 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned, 2 bombs, didn't walk anybody, and struck out 6. He has a 4.03 ERA and a 4.97 FIP. That's from the 5 home runs in May. Then Bryce Elder, 4-2, a 1.97 ERA, an 0.99 WHIP, and a 7.9 strikeouts per 9. Elder matched up against Tolle in his last time out against the Red Sox, got out-dueled. 8 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned, 1 homer, didn't walk anybody, 3 Ks, and took an L. Payton Tolle, 2-2, a 2.45 ERA, an 0.82 WHIP, and a 9.6 strikeouts per 9. He went 8 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned, gave up 1 home run, 3 Ks versus the Braves last week. Weird strikeout totals in his last 6 starts. He's had 3 strong, 8, 9, and 11, and then 3 pretty weak, 3, 4, and 4. Chris Sale, 7-3, a 1.89 ERA, an 0.87 WHIP, and a 10.5 strikeouts per 9. Just one of the best fucking pitchers in the game. I can't believe it. I mean, I'm happy for him. I'm happy
so
for him.
happy for him.
I love Chris Sale with all my heart, but like
So fucking annoying.
post 2018 Chris Sale with the Red Sox, and then just seeing what he's gotten back into. I mean, not even back. Like he's having the best seasons of his fucking career now in his late 30s. It's crazy, dude.
They had, I don't know if it was his last start or if MLB tweeted it, but like they had his 3 stops, Chicago, Boston, and Atlanta broken up. By far the worst. And by far the worst in Boston. And it's just like we do it 1,000 times over. He was unbelievable. And it's jarring more than anything to be like, this is, it's crazy.
Yeah. 2017 was amazing, though.
Yeah.
True.
They, by what was it, August? We were in the office together. They took every other Cy Young candidate off the board in August. And then
His
by
ERA
September, Kluber had won it.
His ERA in Atlanta is like almost a full run better than it was in Boston. That's where he's at.
Yeah. I would have guessed a bigger discrepancy.
2.36.
He's only allowed more than 1 earned run twice all season in 10 starts.
Yikes.
Sure.
One of them was a 6 earned run start, and then one of them was just 2.
Sheesh. So his high-low's got to be filthy.
Yeah. He has allowed 6 home runs, though. So
Bomb.
we'll see. Yeah, again, that is Ranger Suarez versus Spencer Strider, Connolly Early versus Bryce Elder, and Payton Tolle versus Chris Sale.
Chris Stink.
Weather look ahead, brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears.
You chew them with your mouth, Steven.
You chew them with your mouth. The Atlanta Braves head to Boston for a 3-game series, and believe it or not, they used to play in Boston.
I don't believe that.
Great. Game 1, Tuesday, 6:45 p.m. Eastern, first pitch, 78 degrees. That one kind of caught you off guard. With sunny, 0.1% chance, off guard, 0.1% chance rain, 12-mile-an-hour winds blowing out to center field. Game 2, Wednesday, sounds like a Views night, 6:45 p.m. Eastern, first pitch. You know what, Jared? No, wait. I'm doing this for you, by the way, because I always do this right before the show. I'm getting an update because it's that close. No, not yet. Not yet. Damn it. It's 77 degrees.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I wanted to do it, but I got to be accurate. I can't just be giving you that extra degree. I can't do it. I can't cut it off. Mostly cloudy, 11% chance of rain, 8-mile-an-hour winds blowing towards the pesky pole. I'm sorry. Game 3, Thursday, 4:10 p.m. Eastern, first pitch. No, it's not. It's not. 65 degrees, mostly cloudy, 19% chance of rain, 10-mile-an-hour winds blowing in from center field. So, probably the best weather series. Probably the best weather series at A&B this year because it's been trash. And it's going to be warm, so maybe the ball's going to travel more. Maybe IKF's ball is a ding-dong in this situation. Jared, according to research by physicist Dr. Alan Nathan, for every 10-degree increase in temperature, a well-hit baseball travels about 3 feet farther. How cool is that, huh? So that is your weather look ahead, as always, brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears. You chew them with your mouth. I couldn't do it. I'm not going to just lie. I couldn't do it.
It's whatever, man.
All right.
Prediction time, Tyler.
Yeah, I'm genuinely terrified. I posted the dog sitting in the car when I saw the pitching probables for the series, the one that's just like shaking like out of his mind before he has to go to the vet. The Braves, they're going to see early. They're going to see Payton for the second time. Ronald Acuna Jr. is back. They don't have Drake Baldwin, so maybe you won't get the homers in the first inning like you did before. But yeah, I don't feel very good about this entire series. I guess I'll go 1 out of 3 here, and I'm going to hope the Red Sox find a way to just pull one of those games out.
Steven?
A little more depth from the Red Sox starters this series would go a long way. The actual starters, I'm throwing Bello into that from this past series, averaged 5 innings pitched per start against the Twinkies, who, thank God they don't see them again. My goodness. And I hate that I even have to say that. Would be beautiful for someone or multiple dudes to pitch into the 7th. We'll see if that happens. I don't expect it to happen, though. The Braves have the most road wins. The Red Sox have the fewest home wins. That is not good. So I'm going Sox 1 out of 3.
The McMahon?
I got a clean sweep for the hometown Bravos, Jerry.
They did lose 2 out of 3 to the Nationals.
The
Nationals are buzzing.
The Nationals can hit, man.
Most runs in baseball this month. The Nationals. How crazy is that?
The whole season.
Mm-hmm. Whole season, yeah. Fuck it.
They've scored the most runs and allowed the most runs.
That's baseball, right? That's fun. They're having fun in D.C. I was very surprised by that stat. Not going to lie.
Ever.
I'll be joining Coley. I think it's a clean sweep. I think we're looking at a 6-game losing streak the next time we get together. I mean, if there's one game that they do win, maybe it's that first one. But Sale's going to just jam it right up the keister, I bet.
You're getting 7 or 8 shutty and him just being like, my balls are in your mouth, man.
He's going to say that coming off. I mean, that is a classic Sale line.
I didn't know he was a Pokemon guy. Found that pretty cool.
That's big for you. It doesn't seem to matter who starts. The Red Sox starters have given up 1.8 earned runs per start this month, and the team is 10-11 in May. So it's like 18 of the 21 starts, they've given up 3 earned or less Sox starters. Red Sox have scored the 4th fewest runs in baseball this month. It's like the same thing every night. You got mostly great pitching, miserable lineup with runners in scoring position, 0 power outside of WC-40, small mistakes that lead to losses, and I'll see you at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. It's like the same thing over and over again, constantly.
Well, yeah, it is what it is, brother. All right. T, you got a final thought?
What's on my mind? Shout out Franklin Arias, who the power surge has returned. Had a 2-homer game, homered the following day, had a RBI triple in extra innings today. So to see Franklin Arias kind of coming back with the power surge, I think a lot of people were getting into a little bit into the territory of like, did we get a little too excited after that first month? But for a guy who hit 8 homers in 116 games last year, he's now up to 11 and 35. What was the other thing that I wanted to touch on? There was an update today on Brad Foe's radio show about a couple Red Sox prospects. We haven't heard anything on Conrad Kaysen in a minute. He's been dealing with a hamstring issue, so that's why we haven't seen him. And I believe he said Andy Azakar is about to be promoted or on the verge of being promoted, which is pretty exciting because I think he's been one of the more standout guys that doesn't get talked about enough in the Red Sox system right now. He's number 12 on Sox prospects, but this would bump him up all the way to Greenville, so he'll join that very exciting team right now in the system.
Steven, do you have a final thought?
Section10merch.com for the best merch on the planet. I was wearing the quarter zip at AMB on Friday. It is just, it's light, it's comfy, it's easy to have on. It makes you look maybe a little thinner than you really are, so that's always nice. I kind of need that
nice
right
on
now.
You, Steven.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Still got to lose some LBs, but I'll just have the clothes covered up for now. Subscribe to the Section 10 Discord for a bunch of bonus content and more to come. My actual final thought is just the peanuts on top of that dude was very funny, and it just was another reminder of how funny that would have been if Don was still here, and obviously R.I.P. Jerry. Like, that's a Don and Jerry moment right there. That would have been hilarious. And it also reminds me, like, that's the kind of stuff that you really need for a season like this. Like, you really need the funny stuff going on in the broadcast, and to not have that on top of what we have to watch every single night really sucks. I think Dave was talking about the weather in Cincinnati while that was going on, so that was fun. But yeah, enjoy your off day, everybody. Enjoy Memorial Day. And just don't even think about the Sox, you know? Do a fun thing that has nothing to do with baseball.
The McMahon?
Went to Hadlock, saw the boys. It's like minor league baseball is so fun. They really do it right down there. And it was just nice to just take in a game and like not get so caught up in everything I feel watching the major league club. Got to meet the great Ian Cundall in person. Got to sit with the scouts for a little bit.
Damn.
Well, I crouched right behind them, and then Usher made me move. But we were scouting the fuck out of
Cole's got the gun out, like,
it's a real gun.
I won't lie. When Arias went deep, I spent about 20 minutes looking for Coley to see if I could find him in the back because I thought it would have been the best picture of all time. I wanted it so badly.
Everyone's got the MPH gun, and he's just like walking.
Sniper. Barrett 50 cal.
Just taking out opposing pitchers. Like, who are you going to throw now, huh?
No, I would have been in the shot too. I was right below the box score, the score bug. So I would have been there, but I was talking to Ian literally in the concourse, and we were like, fuck, that was like I had filmed every Arias at bat on my meta glasses. That's the only one I didn't film, and that's the one he fucking. I would have been a perfect video. I was going to send it directly to Steve because I was in a perfect spot to take that, but. Yeah. At that point, Daughter needed to see Slugger. Slugger's like last episode, Jerry, you asked who would we like to have on the show that we haven't. I said Stephen King. That was wrong. It's Slugger. Slugger's Maine's biggest celebrity by far. That guy puts asses in seats.
How many fingers does he have?
Boy. I think it's the standard 4.
Okay. That's good.
You know? Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, Dodd had already had a meltdown, missed the meet and greet with Slugger, so that's why we were hanging out at the concourse at that point in time, and that's minor league baseball in a nutshell. Mm. Steve,
I don't normally do this during closing thoughts, but because you're talking about the Sea Dogs, we're only 25 days away from Section 10 night in Portland. Get your tickets. Link in bio. Boom.
Boom.
Saw Section 10 alum Alex Benellis on the opposing squad. Shout him out.
I cannot believe he's still playing baseball.
He's playing well.
Yep.
He loves to like just step on someone's dream.
No, but he's
let the guys
at AA.
Let him hoop.
It is a pretty good year at AA, though. You're right.
Yeah. No. I have a final thought.
Yep.
Wow.
Shout out to Skiba, Danielle, who has been a huge help with our Discord.
Massive.
And the Patreon and all that. After last week's drama and how that played out and unfolded, she went out of her way to organize like a bunch of listeners of the show to like write notes, like really nice notes to me. And then put them all together and sent it to me in like a document. I haven't read any of them yet because I don't like. I don't.
Very touching moment. It's like I just haven't even.
I deleted it instantly.
I don't feel like I like deserve that. Like, and I don't know. I haven't been like in the right headspace to. Like sit down and read nice things. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, spare you the details, but like it means more to me beyond just like how shitty last week was. Like there's been a lot of shitty things that have been happening in my personal life for like the last 8 months. Like several. It just feels like every day I wake up and I'm just like, what horrific thing am I going to have to deal with today? So I think people writing those notes thinking like, let's pick them up for this one thing. When I do sit down and read them, like you'll be picking me up from 30 things that I still am just like carrying the weight of still. Yeah, so I just wanted to acknowledge that and thank everyone who did submit something. I will read them. I will read them. I just haven't yet. But yes, thank you. It means a lot to me. And then last but not least, Steven.
Yep.
Shout out to the Endicott baseball team.
Hell yeah, baby.
Back to back Super Regionals champions. A four-peat for the boys,
Curveball,
the
baby.
Gulls. They last year they had me do like a voiceover for their like pump up video before the Super Regionals, and they asked me to do it again this year, and I was like, fuck yeah, dude, I am down. And the four-peat has happened. So, I mean, it's a far cry from the baseball program when we were there, Steven. I don't recall Endicott being...
No, I don't recall one moment that happened while we were there. The football team did make the D3 tournament, so like I remember that happening. The football team was really good, but not so much for the baseball boys.
Yeah, but a four-peat for the Endicott Gulls baseball team. Shout them out. Okay. What's today? Today's Sunday. All right, so off Monday. We'll be back Thursday night, Friday morning for you.
Yep.
Which means you're going to get an episode of Section 10 and Clean 40 on the same day, presumably.
Wow.
Seems it, yep.
Wow.
I don't know if you can handle that. Oh.
And fucking down the farm.
And down on the farm.
Of all times to subscribe to the Patreon, this would be one.
I would say get in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say now's a good time to get in there. All right. Thanks, everyone, for listening and watching on YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to be working on some fun new content that's going to be YouTube-specific coming really soon. It's not going to have anything. Well, it's going to be the people from the podcast, but it's not going to be about the podcast, I guess. It's just going to be the fellas making content. That's going to be on our YouTube channel, so please subscribe. Hope to see you there. And we'll see you on Friday. Ba-doop, doop, doop.
Buenas noches, amigos.